Have you found yourself trying to hide your joy because you're unhappy with your teeth? Your smile is the first feature noticed in an interview, on a date, or in family photos. We want you to be able to shine bright as your best self, and our teeth whitening system is the perfect step toward restoring your confidence.
SoundArt introduces an entirely new way to listen to music in your home. By combining the best of two products, a revolutionary high-fidelity, low-profile Bluetooth wireless speaker with beautiful artwork. Select from a library of artwork or upload your own photos to personalize your experience. SoundArt ushers in an era of invisible, beautiful, and amazing sound throughout your home and redefines your entire entertainment system. The need to reclaim your floor space and rid your home of unsightly speaker boxes that need to be bolted to the wall is now a thing of the past. Our canvas is printed on high-quality permalite by Breathing Color. And select from our gallery or upload your own. Standard sizes include 16 by 20 and 18 by 24 canvas wrapped. Custom sizing is available, as well as surround sound options.
Hot dog, it's Martinsville. NASCAR's playoff format shines in all of its glory this evening, emulated by the Midwest Sim Racing Association and put into action by each and every driver gearing up to make 225 circuits around NASCAR's shortest track, the Martinsville Speedway. This is the last chance for drivers to punch their ticket out west to fight for a title at Phoenix. Welcome to the virtual Ridgeway, Virginia. JP Costa and Emerson Arden join me in coverage for today's MSRA National Series Red Camel Racing 225, brought to you by Rapid Fired Pizza, Old School Ninjas, and MK Designs. JP, welcome to Martinsville.
Well, thank you very much, Andrew. I'm very excited to be here. And well, what a first outing. I love this track. I love the design of this track, even though it's very simple. I'm pretty sure it's going to pose a fantastic challenge to each and every single driver, completely the opposite from what we had last night. But boy, am I excited. I am.
Yeah, Martinsville is always a fun place to come and race. Of course, it is, I think, the simplest layout, as you kind of touched on there a little bit. The simplest layout, I think, on the NASCAR schedule, that it is the shortest, just over 1/2 mile. It is considered just a half mile, 12 degrees of banking in each corner. You've got concrete down in the racing line on the bottoms of each corner, asphalt the rest of the way around. The lap record here outright is an 18:746 set by Greg Sachs back in 1986. The NASCAR Cup qualifying record, an 18:898 by Joey Logano, but the NASCAR Xfinity Series qualifying lap record, the one that really matters, was set by Clint Boyer in 2006. That is a 19.735. We are already quite a bit quicker than that. The best times in practice so far, a 19.228. So we are moving in this practice session already. The iRacing Open setups are certainly shining brightly for these MSRA drivers. Let's go ahead and take a look at our point standings coming into this one. I do want to thank everybody for joining us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. 31 races down, just 2 to go, and for some, this feels like the last race. The last opportunity to book their trip out west next week and fight for this championship. Realistically, it's just about a must-win situation for all drivers below that top 4 cutoff line on the way in.
Exactly. This is going to be a fantastic challenge to each one of those, as you mentioned, to make sure they guarantee their trip to the finale, obviously, to fight for the championship. And I'm pretty excited to see what's going to happen. Obviously, it's a long race, over 200 laps, so you got to be cautious. You don't need to take any damage, but it's going to be a big challenge for these guys to make sure they get enough points to guarantee their tickets to the finale.
You can see race wins over the course of 31 previous races coming into tonight, rather spread out. That said, a couple of drivers, I really should say that they're hoarded by a couple of drivers in particular. David Santini, who won at Texas earlier on in this round, and TJ Crampton. They hold the most. Santini with 9, Crampton with 6. Crampton missed last week at Kansas, so he comes in just as many points below the cut line as his car number. 61 points out of the championship 4. He has to win this race if he wants any shot at making it into Phoenix next week. He has got to win. He's got to make it 7 wins on the season if he wants to fight for a championship. Tommy Gossett won last week at Kansas, and now his 3rd win on the season, on his short season, let's be honest. He came in midway through, has rallied himself into the playoffs, and is doing pretty well. Kenny Meadows, he comes in with 2 wins, 26 points above the cut line, looks pretty okay, but is going to need to execute on every level this afternoon, this evening, really. Meanwhile, Jeffrey Meyer, Kyle Mollering separated by 15. Evan Longacre, after the big incident last week involving Brandon Davis, he is well below the cut line, along with Julio Villalobos Jr. So JP, really, again, every driver in that lighter red, those are the guys that can still fight in. Those are the guys that have got to win this race. Mollering might be able to do it with a couple of stage bonuses, potentially with stage wins, but realistically, they all have to win.
Exactly. This is, as you mentioned, nearly a must-win situation. This is going to be interesting to see how it plays out during the race. Obviously, some of these drivers might take different strategies to make sure they guarantee track position and defend their best. So I'm really, really excited to see how each one of them are going to play out. You know, if they're going to be try to be safe, try to be more aggressive. Obviously, those closer to the cutoff line might play a little bit safer, and those much further away, like TJ Crampton, might play more aggressive, might go all in because it's their only shot.
We'll revisit these points before the end of stage 1, but for now, we'll move that out of the way, and let's take a look at some practice times because it is mostly all Tommy Gossett right now. You can see Tommy Gossett right back atop the standings, and only 6 of our 8 eligible cutoff drivers are in the field so far. David Santini nowhere to be found, and it looks like the other driver that we are missing is Kyle Mollering, who comes in only 15 points out. That's big. That really changes things up. Now, Santini's locked in, so that's not concerning. The rest of the drivers that are battling to get in, they are all here. Those being Jeffrey Meyer, Kenny Meadows, Jay Crampton, Evan Longacre, and Julio Villalobos, but to not see Kyle Mollering is a little bit staggering. We've got a couple of special drivers throughout the field this evening that are making their first start in some time, or a part-time start at the very least. John Gifford in his number 81 car. He's 4th in practice so far. Jacob Shorba is here for the 2nd week in a row. He is currently 5th. He also ran last night's truck race here, so I think Jacob Shorba could be one to watch as the night goes on. Here's Evan Longacre needing to rally after last week's incident. JP, it's never good after you have that big kind of incident that takes you out of a race ultimately, and you have to rally back from that, especially when really you're a passerby. You're completely innocent in the entire incident. You just get taken out by it.
Obviously, that really just hurts as a driver. You know, whenever, as you mentioned, you have no fault, you know, you're just a passenger, it takes you out, but obviously it's a good chance to fight back, you know, come out on top. Whenever you can bounce back for an instant like that, if you can post a good lap time, if you can have a good race, that could really just bounce him back, you know, get that momentum back going. Obviously, with only 2 rounds to go, not a lot you can do, but, you know, it's important, you know, to keep your head up high. You know, sometimes things just happen, and it might be for the great. You know, sometimes if you can keep your head up high, it should really be a good positive, I guess, thing that could happen to you. Julio Villalobos as well looks like he's coming out of the pits. So with only 10 seconds left for practice, looks like this might be in vain. But any practice they can get, I'm pretty sure it's going to be worth it.
Julio Villalobos, one of the fantastic stories throughout this series. He comes in needing a win, 33 points out of the cut line. He's got a great chance, I think. He's really turned things up lately. And Diego Villalobos, his brother, is currently 2nd in practice. So certainly the 43 and 45 are a lot better this week than they were last week at Kansas, where if you remember from last week, those cars just didn't look right. Never really hooked up last week at Kansas Speedway. So I think certainly looking up for those 2 drivers. Still no Kyle Mollering as we roll into qualifying now. These drivers will get their first chance to really compete for the first time. Here's Joseph McWhorter, somebody that I know definitely wants to go execute on a short track. I've raced with this guy on short tracks before. I think back to a snowball derby type event some years ago that I saw him in. This guy knows how to get it done on a short track. He's going to give it his all in this qualifying run.
Exactly. Obviously, short track, if you excel here, is going to be really important. As we saw, the time here is just so short, less than 20 seconds of a lap time. We're going to see what he posts on his first lap, and it's just so important. It's such a short track. You have to be so precise, so perfect on each and every single inch of the track. He posts a 19.5, a good lap time, the fastest so far. Obviously, the only car on track, but it's going to be interesting to see how that poses out on. As the session goes on. Looks like he's still on first. TJ Crampton looks like he's on second, only 42 thousandths of a second behind.
The red numbers on our ticker, those are our playoff drivers this evening. You can see TJ Crampton, the highest of those so far. Kenny Meadows now up to provisional pole. McWhorter can't do it. Can Crampton go faster? Not quite. Crampton is going to... No! There we go. Crampton to the top of the board. Purple for the 61 car. Pretty solid time. That is a 19.470 faster than Boyer's 2006 time. The next chase driver, or playoff driver that we're looking at, well, Tommy Gossett, he gets pole for now, but Evan Longacre, because Gossett's already in. Let's take a look at this 95 car. Has got to rebound. Let's see what he can do in qualifying.
Well, looks like he's going to be trying to bounce back strong to number 95, set 19.7, not a great lap time, 0.4 of a second. It's a big gap on a short track. Let's see what he can do in his second lap. Obviously, they're really short, only less than 20 seconds, so if he can manage to, I guess, find half a second on this lap, he's obviously going to be on pole, but looks like for the time being, he's down in 6th place, looks like the lowest of our playoff drivers, and on his second lap, he posts a 19.6, so he improves 0.2 of a second, but still only on 5th place.
Wait to see if other playoff drivers get out onto the track and post a qualifying time. Some of the ones we're waiting on still would be Jeffrey Meyer, Julio Villalobos. Those are the only two, actually. You can see 14 cars in attendance this evening. A bit of a lower car count, but I think we should still have a fantastic race. In fact, Julio is hitting the track.
Less than 2 minutes to go. This could be an upset. Obviously, it would be nice to see a driver upsetting with 2 minutes and 20 to go. And as you mentioned, it's going to be a fantastic track, a fantastic race, no matter what. And I'm just excited to see what Villalobos is going to post right here in just less than 20 seconds time.
A lot to look at here, but the weather, 64 degrees, 65 on the track, very cool. As cool as you can get in iRacing, in fact. So right about where you'd expect for an October evening. Winds pretty speedy, actually, out of the northwest at about 7 miles an hour, so coming from Roanoke thereabouts, and it looks like Villalobos is going to have to abandon that first lap. Meanwhile, his brother goes up to 6th. Diego Villalobos, 2nd in practice, 6th so far in qualifying. He should speed things up on this second lap. Let's see what the 43 car can do. Through turns 3 and 4, the security speed Chevrolet Camaro up out of the 4th corner across the line. Does he go faster? Yes, to the tune of 0.2. Moving way up, right up to 2nd.
That's a fantastic lap for him. I'm, really excited. Really good lap. Right up to, it's going to be interesting. Anything. It looks like the 45 is still out on track as well.
Oh,
like
no.
Both drivers are on track. Whoa, big.
Villalobos loose out of turn 4, loses things across the line, and that not only invalidates his lap time, but concludes his qualifying run. No more laps to use to go out onto the racetrack. Looks like Cody Jordan, Matthew Van Gelder, Timothy Davis, Jeffrey Meyer may opt all to stay in the pit lane and not qualify for this race. They'll still start the race, don't you worry, but looking like they will opt not to take a qualifying time. So while they decide to stay in the pit lane, let's mention some of the partners here of the Midwest Sim Racing Association National Series. There's 3 of them, big ones, that back this series, and they all do fantastic work. Of course, Rapid Fired Pizza offers amazingly good, amazingly fast, fresh-made pizza. It's what they can do in 180 seconds. That's 3 minutes. That's a lot of laps here at Martinsville, but anywhere else, that might be just 1 lap. In fact, Spa last night that we had for the North American Racing League, that's maybe a lap and some change. You can try one of their craft pizzas or choose from over 35 fresh toppings and a dozen different sauces to create your own masterpiece. You can visit your own Rapid Fired Pizza in the states of Indiana, Kentucky, North Carolina, Ohio, South Carolina, Texas, and West Virginia. Check out their website at rapidfiredpizza.com. Again, that is rapidfiredpizza.com, located in Indiana, Kentucky, North Carolina, Ohio, South Carolina, Texas, and West Virginia. Old School Ninjas is a gaming organization that focuses on building a community with close friends. They welcome new individuals to the group with a red carpet and a seat at the round table. Feel free to check out their Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Discord. They await your arrival. And of course, MK Designs putting in a lot of work, making this league look as good as it does, right along Shoba Racing graphics. But MK has really stepped up specifically for the Truck Series, National Series, presenting partner now of the 2 series for the MSRA. Practice, qualifying, they're done and dusted. We've got a field of drivers to meet. JP, let's meet our front row. Starting on pole, no surprise, Tommy Gossett. In the number 80 car, he starts first. Diego Villalobos will start from the outside of row number 1. Starting from third, though, it's going to be the 61 car, TJ Crampton, the best of the drivers that need to win to move on. Kenny Meadows will start to his outside. He also needs to go out there and execute this evening. Has a decent gap, but cannot lose it. Starting 5th this evening at Martinsville, it's Joseph McWhirter, one of the short track ringers in the 32. Evan Longacre will start to his outside in 6th. To wrap up the top half of the field here, JP starting 7th on the inside of row number 4. It's John Gifford. Jacob Shorba will start alongside.
In 9th place, we're going to have Cameron Perez in the number 25 and the number 92 of Timothy Davis on 10th place on his outside lane. In row number 6, we're going to have Jeffrey Meyer in the number 50 and the number 16 of Matthew Geller on the outside. In 13th place, we're going to have Cody Jordan in the number 9 and the number 45 Julio Villalobos in the 14th place. And looks like that's going to be our grid for tonight, Andrew.
14 cars about to get racing here at Martinsville. Now that's great for local track numbers, NASCAR numbers, because the inflated field sizes in the NASCAR races, you kind of expect more, but for a short track, this is right about bang on what you'd expect. This is the Red Camel Racing 225. That's 225 laps around the Martinsville Speedway. You can see that populating, well, it was there on the top left anyways. These guys have got to go for 25 more laps than we saw last night, and Emerson Ard will be the first one to tell you that was a little bit on the chaotic side. What was it, 23 yellows, I think? This could get out of hand quickly. It's all up to the drivers at that point to get this race under control, get some green flag laps in early, get through these stages, and fight for things later on.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be on the best interest of any of those playoff drivers to get cautious, to get involved in this, and so I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing lots of green flag periods. You know, we're going to be seeing side-by-side races, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be cautious all day long.
I don't think caution's all day long. I think we'll see a pretty good mix of some green flag racing. I mean, obviously fewer cars in this series. I think we'll see a pretty healthy mix all around. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we've got. Some onboards from around the field. Here's Diego Villalobos getting ready to start from the outside of row number 1. You can see the weather still about the same, still pretty decently windy, interestingly enough. So we'll see how that affects cars. Love taking looks around the field with these onboards. They really, really do add, I think, to getting a feel for how these cars might get going here in just a few moments. 225 laps, that's the distance for these guys here at Martinsville. Tommy Gossett getting ready to unleash the field of horses, as you can see on his hood even. The green flag waiting. Barney the flagman has the green silk in hand. He drops it over the field, and we're racing at Martinsville. Tommy Gossett leads lap 1 by quite a good margin, getting in front of Crampton early and sending Villalobos packing. Diego Villalobos already back to 4th. He's now got the 32 of McWhirter up the inside. They will battle down to turn number 3 as Crampton is all over Gossett.
Looks like we're going to have a battle for the lead, a battle for 3rd place as well. Looks like the top 4 are going to be all together sooner or later. Looks like TJ Crampton is still trying to stump as Gossett sets the fastest lap of the race, so a little bit more pace looks like, but not quite a lot. Look at that gap. Oh, and we have a car in the wall.
Kenny Meadows contact with the outside wall. They all scrambled out of turn 3. Perez into Longacre. That's short track racing, honestly, trying to get regrouped and put back together. They will make things happen, but boy, what could have been.
Exactly, could have been a very, very nasty incident, but somehow no caution. Looks like everybody's still on track. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of damage the car has suffered. But well, the battle for the lead is still very much alive. The gap is 0.3, but look at it. It doesn't look like 0.3 of a second.
No, it doesn't. TJ Crampton, I'd say, well, until that corner exit right there, Tommy Gossett's car just rotates on exit, a caution flies, and it's John Gifford turned around out of turn number 2. It looks like in turn number 2, actually, the number 81 car is still stalled waiting to see if he's going to get back rolling, and he will, but there is no hood on that Chevrolet. You can see it smoking. That motor is fatally damaged.
Yeah, it looks like that was somehow a big incident. It's going to be interesting to see how that happened as we're going to take a look at our replay. So a really big incident really early on. This could really hurt his chances throughout the race.
We'll focus here on the number 81 of Gifford, but I have an inkling it's going to start a little bit ahead of him. This is going into the lap that it's going to happen on, and it happens on the other end of the speedway in turns 1 and 2. So this is into turns 3 and 4. Everything pretty normal for now, but it's all going to happen down in turns 1 and 2. Here goes Gifford by the speed shot. We'll rejoin him into turns 1 and 2. Does something happen ahead of him? No. He gets loose, in fact, and leaves, it looks like, oh, boys, guys, no, Julio Villalobos head on into Gifford. That's tragic.
Yeah, that was a massive hit. Looks like Villalobos had absolutely nowhere to go. May have just been caught by surprise, seeing a car essentially on the second lane. So a big hit for him. I'm not really sure what kind of damage did Villalobos take, but that was a massive hit for both of them.
Really big. Here's going to be here's a look at things further back. You can see the 38 car. That should be the 50. That is Meyer passing Villalobos. Villalobos right back to the outside trying to find something here. And at that point, I mean, he just kind of powers right into him. I think he could have turned the wheel, cut the wheel, and it got down, but just didn't.
Exactly, a very odd incident. Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. So, unfortunate for him happening this early on. Obviously, only 5 laps to go, and we're gonna take a look at another replay of this. But such an odd incident, isn't it, Andrew?
Well, Gifford goes around, self-spin ahead, but then, yeah, I don't know. Julio, I think, got on the brakes, so the car just didn't react at all as you might have expected. That's going to be a really long night for him, and I'm going to be honest, I don't think he wins this race now. I think that's pretty well clear. I don't think the 45 car is going to win now. And any hope that he had likely crushed, at least as far as winning, but that doesn't necessarily close the book entirely. There's still options potentially to get into this championship 4, but I mean, really, with only 14 cars in the field, everybody's chances are already pretty slim. Taking Kyle Mollering out of it makes it a little bit easier on those guys below the cut line, but it's still a must-win situation, especially for those 3 that are not named Kyle Mollering. Damage to some cars as we get ready to go back green flag racing. John Gifford, he's done. So down to 13 already. It's lap number 9. Tommy Gossett gets him back rolling, and we are back green. Down the back stretch, lap number 10 underway. McWhirter, a bit of pressure here on Crampton. Villalobos searching. The top 4 get single file. The first fight is right back here for 5th. Perez gets loose. Now the top 5 squared away.
Yeah, it looks like some guy. Oh, looks like the number 95 went completely wide, completely missing his braking point down into turns 1 and 2. And wow, look at how many positions he lost just on one small mistake. So it looks like number 95 is going to be forced to stay on the outside lane as the number 92 gets on his inside and gets the position done. TJ Crampton has the fastest lap of the race, still chasing Gossett.
That was Longacre with the big missed corner. He was to the inside of Perez there, looking for that spot, and now falls from 6th all the way back here into 11th. So really crushing blow there for Evan Longacre. He's got to get through this field. The first stage will fall complete at the end of lap 55. The second stage at the end of lap 110. Longacre has got to score stage points. He's in 11th, which means he currently would not.
Exactly, so he still has to make a lot of inroads, as you mentioned, lap 55, so still plenty of time to go, obviously, around. Oh, looks like someone kind of brake checked, and I'm pretty sure the number 92 got a lot of rear end damage.
Well, Van Gelder was up here getting Cody Jordan pretty loose. You can see that from the onboard of Longacre. Now look at Longacre's car. Look at all of that nose damage from piling into the back end of Kenny Meadows' machine. That's not good. And the 16 was getting the 8 all kinds of loose. It'll be scored as the 9, but they're going to maybe tangle there. Jordan up the racetrack. They're going to pinch each other. And Van Gelder was in the playoffs already. He's already been eliminated. They'll fight down to turn number 3, but the 16 is showing he clearly still wants to race.
Yeah, absolutely. He's not giving up those positions so easily, as it looks like everybody's kind of getting out of shape. I'm not really sure the tires are already going a bit, as the number 96 is going to be forced to go on the outside lane. Is going to be losing that position, but looks like everybody on this pack is going to be dealing at least with a tiny bit of damage. So unfortunate for everybody, but looks like the racing is still very clean amongst everybody.
Again, Meadows in that 96 car, pretty well into the playoffs right now, or into the next round anyways, but Longacre has got to win this race, so it's very imperative for the 95 to pass this 96 car and get back into stage point range and to move up through this field a little bit. Ahead, you can see all the jostling around as Perez has been caught, and Perez seems like one of the more inconsistent drivers in the field. He's quick for a couple of laps and then starts to fall away.
Exactly, that's not obviously what you want, being quick just for a tiny few laps on a long race, so something will have to be worked upon. His car at least looks like everybody has damage, Andrew. I'm not pretty sure how they're going to be
Martinsville
dealing
for
with
you. That's short track racing.
I'm not quite used to that. I'm more of a road racer kind of guy, but well, if this is what it is, I'm kind of welcoming it. It's very different, well, but the racing is fantastic.
That's normal. That's normal Martinsville for you, if I can get the words out. And that is normal short track racing. These guys will make contact throughout the course of the race. Now you're starting to see them settle into a bit of a groove. You can see getting single file. The battles are starting to kind of mix around. The cream is starting to rise to the top a little bit. The chaotic energy from that restart is toning down just a little bit. Longacre to the inside of Jordan. That's going to be good enough for 8th. And Jordan, oh no! Not clear. Cuts down on Meadows. They save it.
Yeah, somehow they saved it. And, well, no caution. Looks like somehow the number 8 got kind of lucky to be, pointed in the right direction by force. And, well, unfortunately for him, he's going to be losing quite a few positions. Number 9, Jordan. So, unfortunately, losing 1 position due to an overtake. But then just a small mistake cutting by his nose. And, well, loses 2 more, but pointing in the right direction. A bit more damage to his car, though.
Apologize for the number there. Well, that's on him. He's signed up in the league as the number 9. He showed up this evening in a Dale Earnhardt Jr. paint scheme. I can't knock it. I love the filter time colors in the number 8, but I'm sorry, a Josh Berry paint scheme. Same thing. And actually, I will say, Josh Berry paint schemes should bring you good luck here at Martinsville. He's a fantastic short track racer of the Cars Tour. But, Jordan having some trouble, gets loose there, and Jeffrey Meyer has to scramble to get on by. Meyer will now do so, it looks like, and into turns 3 and 4, you can see from Meyer's perspective, gets to the spot, moves on ahead.
Oh, looks like Jordan is struggling big time. That might be damaged. That also might work with tires. The number 43 going down the inside of the number 42. So Villalobos trying to get past McWhorter, trying to get into that top 3 position. Well, they're going to be going side by side. Looks like the number 43 dives once again, but the number 32 really hanging around the outside. Looks like he's going to be a bit out of shape. Well, they're going to keep on going.
Diego Villalobos has been so impressive these last couple of weeks. I don't know what's different between the 43 and the 45, but if Julio made the playoffs this season, imagine what Diego can do next season. This is really impressive stuff. Taking the challenge right to McWhorter and getting the pass made right there. McWhorter put on his heels. Can he do anything here?
Looks like he's going to be settling back into 4th place. Well, he just has to learn what Villalobos is kind of doing differently. Look at that exit speed, kind of building the gap already. So Villalobos is going to be gapping. Looks like McWhorter for the time being. Now the number 32 has to worry about Shorba, who's right behind him as well. So kind of going from P3, might be looking in the mirror quite a bit far away at the moment, but never know. One small mistake around Martinsville is going to be costing a lot of time.
Active here from Jacob Short. I love just watching onboard, listening to the motor, listening to these guys work around Martinsville. This is always just, what's the word I'm looking for? Can't think of the word, but it is the word. It begins with an F.
Fantastic.
Well, yeah, but not quite the one I'm thinking of. I'll figure it out, but regardless, it's just fun to watch.
Exactly. I'm loving it. It's very different to what I'm used to, but somehow this is a lot of fun just on a short track. Less than half a mile. Looks like we're going to have an incident. I'm not pretty sure that's outside of, looks like turn 2. Yeah, looks like that's the exit of turn 2, the number 95 Longacre. Kind of losing speed. A lot of damage to that front end car.
Yeah, once again, he's going backwards. It's, I don't know what the problem is suddenly for the 95 car. He just had a moment. We can maybe go back and, actually, let's wait here. Here's a side-by-side as Davis works on by Meadows there for the 7th position. The word I was thinking of was fascinating. That's the word I was trying to get to. Fascinating, watching these guys work around Martinsville. But something has just gone on for Evan Longacre. Let's watch it build here from the perspective of Kenny Meadows. This is a replay from a few laps ago. Kenny Meadows following as Longacre's trying to work on by Cameron Perez. And Longacre right now, the stage points would be good, but honestly, he may be better off letting these guys do their thing in battle, especially if he's getting into little moments with these guys like this. He goes the inside of Perez there, trying to get that spot. It might be better for Longacre to let these guys do their thing and fall back. And oh, that's what ends up happening between these two. That puts Longacre up the racetrack. Well, actually puts really Perez up the racetrack. What happens to Longacre then?
Now, it looks like Longacre may have just gone loose later on. I'm not pretty sure he carried any damage from that hit. Somehow he just kind of falling off the cliff. Looks like the tires. Obviously, the car is very beat up. That Camaro
inside.
Yeah, and look at it. He just completely misses the braking point.
It's
Nearly
intentional.
goes into the wall. Oh, okay.
At that point, that's intentional. That's letting those guys go by. He knows he's about to get past. Just lets him go on by. Saves his stuff. Granted, he is running through the marbles, which isn't normally a good idea, but I think that's just him trying to get out of things and keep the car in one piece.
Well, if that's what it was pretty safe and pretty well executed, I guess. And well, if you can keep your car safe, and as you mentioned, sometimes just best to let them do their thing and guarantee a couple of stage points, and then later on in the race be more aggressive, because there's no point losing the race right now. You cannot win it on lap 36, but you can certainly lose it.
On board now with Tommy Gossett in the main and tail number 80, just ahead. Look at that. That's the 8, 9, whatever you want to call it, of Jordan, the 95 of Longacre, and the 45 of Villalobos Jr. Those three cars getting ready to go a lap down, and this could be where Crampton makes up some ground before the stage end, JP. Only a few laps left. We're going to the end of 55 for this first stage. So if Crampton can use these lap cars to his benefit, close up on Gossett a little bit, potentially a change at the top of the board then.
Exactly. The gap is very big. It's around 2.2 seconds, but if those guys ahead start battling, I'm pretty sure they're not going to be paying a lot of attention to the leader. And yeah, that's, as you mentioned, that's where Crampton has to make his move. He has to make the best out of this opportunity. He has to lap 3 cars, which are really close to one another, and they might make a move to one another. So it's going to be interesting to see how this situation here is going to develop with only 15 laps to go in the stage.
Evan and Julio could not afford to go a lap down. They simply cannot. They cannot let Tommy go on by, and now they get side by side. This is going to go really poorly for Evan Longacre, I feel. That's easy pickings for Tommy Gossett. He cannot afford for that to happen, and neither can Julio, but it's going to happen to both of them. They can't allow that to happen.
Unfortunately
Caution.
for them, looks like oh.
Matthew Van Gelder with issues. Oh, how the turns table. See the rear end of that car, prominently the left rear of that car, with some damage. That usually means he got some help.
We're going to be taking a look. It looks like that was on the exit of turns 2, between turns 1 and 2. And yeah, as you mentioned, probably got any help. Looks like he's quite alone in the racetrack. Oh, he just gets loose. Looks like the rear tires were not having any of it, of that entry speed. And well, that was just, I mean, that was just as simple as it could be. The back end just stepped out, couldn't really catch it, and unfortunately just rear-ended the catch fence.
That usually means the car wheel hopped into the corner. What's wheel hop, you might ask? Well, let's see if we can listen along. I think he just gets loose. I don't know that there's necessarily wheel hop, but wheel hop is basically when the rear tires start to lock up and shatter going into the corner. It creates a hopping effect. The rear wheels kind of hop along the racetrack a little bit, and it's really hard to control. You usually get it on road courses in these stock cars, but it happens in these, well, I mean, let's be honest, these are 2 hairpins back to back. But yeah, that's not what you want. For Matthew Van Gelder goes around to the corner. I think the car just got loose. Yeah.
And unfortunately for him, that's going to be quite a big damage. You know, the crash didn't look that serious, that fast, didn't, Andrew? But you know how sensitive these cars are to damage. That can cause really big problems later on. And this is definitely going to affect his performance throughout the race until he can get that fixed.
Evan Longacre in the pit lane, taking some tires. Pretty necessary, I'd say, for the 95 car. He's got to find a way back onto the lead lap, and that will not be easy with only about 10 laps to the end of the stage. Villalobos had a chance, I thought, to get the lucky dog, but he's had some other problems, is in the pit lane. I don't think he pitted when he should have, and I think has given up lucky dog potential.
Yeah, looks like he's going to be coming out behind Longacre. Looks like only a lap down and up. You can correct me on that one, Angel, but looks like they're still ahead of the leader, so pretty sure they're going to be just 1 lap, maybe 2 laps down.
So it might have gone to Longacre, interestingly enough. I wonder if Villalobos had tapped the wall coming to the caution flag, and that's how he ends up giving it up. But he goes 2 laps down. Longacre will somehow manage to stay on the lead lap while Van Gelder loses his lap to the race leaders and will have to drop to the back end of the field. So interesting how that works out.
So the turntables turned again, so quite a big, I guess, knock-out effect. Somehow everything got shifted at once again, and oh, Longacre's going to be on the lead lap. He's going to be thankful for that, and well, that's really going to help him.
Lap 45 from 225. We'll come around and restart, coming to 46. Will give us exactly 10 laps to go to the end of stage number 1 in the Red Camel Racing 225. Green flag back out. Green flag racing underway. A really disjointed restart. The top 4 scramble on away. Shorba tags along. There's a side-by-side for 6th. Villalobos going to give it up for 3rd, but here we go. 6th place. Meadows backs out, now backs up to Davis.
Looks like they're going to be struggling a bit, as you mentioned. Looks like we have quite a big group, a bit of separation, looks like between 2 packs, but the lead, it looks like the top 3 stay the same. McFord in 3rd place. Looks like we have further battles behind them, so I'm not sure. Is this the 96? Is this Meadows losing position?
Was Davis losing that spot? Meadows is a couple of cars ahead, but that was Meyer going on by. Jeffrey Meyer, we've not talked much about him. He's currently in the 8th spot. Comes in with a decent little gap. I told you we'd talk about points again. Let's go ahead and do so now as we get ready to come to the end of stage number 1 in just a few more laps. Let's get our statics out. Let's go ahead and take a look at points. You see Crampton is getting close, but this is really important to look at. Crampton needs to win this race to move on. Villalobos needs to win this race to move on. Longacre needs to win this race to move on. But if you're Kenny Meadows or Jeffrey Meyer, got a decent little cushion. And this cushion for Meyer is no longer 15 points, it's 30. Unless one of those 3 outside of the cutoff line win, those 2 are good. All they've got to do is continue to execute like they are so far. Meyer and Meadows are doing pretty well for themselves.
Exactly. So Meyer does have a cushion, as you mentioned, but he cannot get complacent. He still has to kind of attack and get that gap a bit higher. Obviously, if he finishes ahead of Meadows, that's going to be even better, but it's going to be interesting. This is playing out really, really interesting, at least from my point of view. This is getting quite interesting. I love kind of the details about the points, so I'm going to be looking at the point standings, not really understanding a lot, but I hope this gets more interesting and more confusing towards the end.
Well, of course, 10 stage points are available at the end of each stage, so beginning with stage 1. Continuing with stage number 2, 10 are available to the stage winner. 9 to 2nd, and Crampton is there, almost giving a shot to the shorts of Tommy Gossett. I mean, he is on his coattails, I guess you could say on his mane and tail.
I'm not 100% sure about that, but Crampton looks really racy. We've only 3 laps to go, so I'm not pretty sure we're going to be seeing a move anytime soon. That was a really daring move, but not quite 100% there. That Toyota Supra is trying to apply pressure, but looks like Gossett is having absolutely none of it. He's just soaking in, just driving his own race and not bothered at all about the presence of Crampton. But look how close he's getting. Somehow he found pace within 2 laps to go.
Hope Emerson heard that bad joke and used that in some way, shape, or form on social media. That would be good. But Crampton, right there, that was 2 laps to go for the stage. All the way back to 10th. They will all get some kind of points. 10th gets 1, 9th gets 2, so on up to 10 for first, and that's what Crampton is battling for. Even if he can't win this race, he wants to go out swinging. He's got to get this stage win, I feel like. He's not going to do it on points. He's got to win this race realistically, but he still wants to get everything he can get. Let's see if he gives it up here, maybe. Into turns 3 and 4. No, he's not going to go too hard for it. Tommy Gossett is going to leave turn 4 and win another stage. That is the stage 1 victory going the way of Tommy Gossett. Further back, the point line cutoff is going to go the way of Evan Longacre. He's got a lap back to Van Gelder. That is the stage.
Well, that's a station. That's 55 laps done. That went really quickly, but A lot of things happening, a lot of championship swinging positions. Looks like the biggest loser outside of Villalobos is going to be Longacre. That car looks beat up, and I'm not pretty sure if it's going to be very competitive with that much damage. Looking outside, Tommy Gossett, I mean, what a race from him so far. Perfect race. I'm pretty sure he led every single lap, and I'm sure he's going to continue to try the rest of the race to just lead every single lap because he looks really comfortable in that position.
Pit lane already opening up for these drivers. Gossett going to come in, of course. Crampton along with. You can see Gossett taking the inner line around the corners. That's usually frowned upon. Sometimes leagues will penalize for that because, well, in NASCAR, you've got to take the outermost lane when you're only taxiing down pit lane. When you're ready to take your pit stop, that's when you can get into the left lane, and he's going to do it again. I don't know how admins are going to look on that one, but usually that is a no-no. Either way, he's into his box. Everybody in behind him, and a small adjustment there for Gossett. We'll see how it all works out. Does he beat everybody else out of the pit lane? The answer is, survey says,
Place your bets.
yes. Crampton's second. Villalobos might actually get second. Oh, that's hard to tell. Crampton looks like will get second over Villalobos.
Oh, that was extremely close between those two. That was something nice. That was a nice little pit stop race between those two. It's going to be interesting to see what the timing sheet says, but they may have just held position. And, well, we're going to be interested to see if Tommy Gossett comes out with a penalty. I'm not pretty sure what the stewards are going to think about that, but as you mentioned, Andrew, it could be frowned upon. It could be penalized. We're not 100% sure what's going to happen.
Regardless, Tommy Gossett has won the first stage. Tommy Gossett, it's no longer your birthday, but man, you wouldn't be able to tell watching on the racetrack, leading every lap of the stage number one, taking the win. And yeah, it's 10 more points, but you're locked in. That doesn't really matter.
No, points reset to nothing at Phoenix, so. It's nice to win the stage, though. It's always nice to get a little feather in your cap.
Now, Crampton got there. TJ was on your bumper those last couple of laps. How do you try to neutralize that threat as the race goes on?
I got to minimize my mistakes. I was making too many little mistakes there in that long run. I was overdriving, underdriving, hitting the curb. I could have pulled probably 3 seconds on him, and then there after the caution, I was cautious because I wasn't sure what my car was going to do on the heat cycle tires, being that old. So I'd rather be safe than sorry there.
Tommy, of course, Phoenix just got an update literally yesterday. Going to change things up a little bit. The asphalt a little bit older in this scan. Really, things aren't too crazily different as far as lapping, but restarts, that's going to be the big change. Of course, the start-finish line move to the other side of the racetrack. How do you think it's going to change things personally for you?
I actually think it's changed the racing a lot. It's really multi-groove now. Like Phoenix already was to an extent, but it's even more so. It's going to be a very, very interesting race.
All right, buddy, we'll let you get back to it. 60 laps led so far. You've got 145 to go. Let's see what you can do.
Yes, sir. Goal is to lead 145 more.
I'll correct myself. I think it's 185, but regardless, I think you've got it worked out. Tommy Gossett, stage one winner. We'll let you get back to it. And Tommy Gossett will, in fact, get back to it. It's 165, I think. Maybe that one. I don't know. It's a number of laps. There's a lot of them left. I can't count that high, but green flag is back out at Martinsville. Cruising down the back stretch, the top two step away once more. McWhorter and Villalobos doing battle once more. Things holding very steady up front.
This looks like a repeat of stage number one. Yeah. McWhorter and Villalobos both battling, but looks like McWhorter might just come out ahead. He looks quite confident on the outside lane, but I'm not pretty sure how that's going to hold out. Looks like he got quite a bit loose in Villalobos. Well, there we go. The inside lane is going to help him out. Number 33 might be losing position. Metals is in there to try and get that position. We're on board with Shorba, kind of observing all 4 cars ahead of him, all 3 cars ahead of him. And, well, the battle for the top 3 is going to be turning into a 4-car battle anytime soon because McWhorter is not giving up that spot so easily.
McWhorter now scrambles to the inside. Crossover on Villalobos. Villalobos took the top away. McWhorter uses that to his benefit, gets to the inside for 3 and 4. Can't do anything with it. As he press into 1 and 2? No. Villalobos covers that one up, holds it right down on the red and white curbing, and that's that, at least for now.
Yeah, that's a really good defending, kind of just blocking his pass. Went a bit wide, but got the position done, which is really important. And, well, looks like he's going to be holding that position. Looks like he's making a tiny bit mistakes. He's not really 100% close to that curve, as you should be. Longacre still trying to hold. Looks like Dave is right behind him, so looks like the rest of the field is quite close. And, well, one mistake. We saw that on the first stage, Andrew. One small mistake can lose you a lot of positions, so these drivers have to be pinpoint perfect, especially those that are fighting for the playoff points.
At 67 now underway. Meadows, ooh, looking to the inside of McWhorter there. Another camera I really love is just a wide shot from the top. Looking at these guys work around the speedway is just really something special. Looks like Crampton had a slip up that lap, falls way back a Gossett. He was only about a half second back. Now that grows to a second and a half.
Oh, look at that big mistake. Meadows somehow got it loose. Looks like applying the throttle. And that's going to be costing him. I'm not pretty sure that's costing him position. Looks like the 30. Yeah, he's going to be losing the position to Schwarber. And, well, he's going to be under pressure right behind him as well. So, small mistake early on the stage. Not something you really want, well, in the beginning of a long stage like stage number 2. So, kind of has to get back on his rhythm. And hopefully he can get the position back.
Meadows loses that spot, and it's really looking like these guys are way too loose in rotation, specifically center of the corner. It's hard to explain, especially maybe to somebody that doesn't usually work with stock cars, but they've really tuned these cars specifically to rotate in the center. It's not necessarily loose in, loose out. It's just right about here. The cars rotate really nicely, it seems. That's where these guys get loose. It's not necessarily on the brake or the throttle, maybe a little bit of trail braking, but just whatever they've done, it takes a second. Right there, Villalobos, that's a perfect illustration. He's not even back on the gas. There's something about the way they've tuned these race cars is getting them very loose. Now here comes McWhorter up to the inside, trying to take third away. That slip up there, costly for Villalobos.
It's like everybody's struggling, as you mentioned. That was a perfect example to what happened. And unfortunately for Villalobos, he was trying to fight for second with TJ Crampton. Looks like he's going to be fighting once again with McWhorter, this time on the outside lane. I'm not pretty sure that's going to be his preferred line. He's going to be carrying out more momentum and more speed on the exit of the corner, but obviously McWhorter has the inside line. It looks like they're going to be stuck, at least for a bit, on this position, but looks like number 43 gets it kind of clear. Opens the door. Here comes the number 32 once again, and it's rinse and repeat, but looks like Villalobos gets the position still.
Villalobos cuts right back down in front of the 32. That wraps up lap 73, it seems. Might need to knock on wood a little bit, but we're moving along nicely. Oh, maybe not. Villalobos very sideways in the center of the corner again. Right at corner rotation, right at the center of the corner. These guys are having a lot of problems.
Yeah, looks like he's having a lot of problems. That was a perfect example as well of commentator's curse. Looks like that came out a lot quicker than I expected. And unfortunately for Villalobos, looks like he's struggling big time. And obviously he cannot afford to go into the pits. And as you mentioned, it might be setup-wise. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not going to comment on that. But
well, I wonder if he made an adjustment on that pit stop. I wonder if he took a spring rubber maybe out of the left rear, trying to adjust something, get it to turn better. I don't know. You can really only adjust the springs in the left rear and right rear. And pretty much the spring rubbers in and out. That's all the iRacing gives you. Otherwise, you've only got brake bias. So you don't get, well, I guess tire pressure as well, but you don't get the track bar adjustments, the wedge adjustments. You can't change out a spring. You can't do any of that in the race. You only get spring rubbers in and out of the left rear and right rear. And I wonder if maybe he made an adjustment that has really just thrown that car for a loop.
Yeah, exactly. That's really going to upset him because he has the pace. He just showed he was trying to battle with TJ Crampton, but looks like he's, well, nearly 2 seconds behind him already with just 2 mistakes of his own. So obviously that's going to be frustrating, knowing you have the pace and not being able to utilize it. So it's going to be a mental game from here on out for Villalobos because the number 43 has pace. He just needs to be aware of those snaps. That can happen at any point in time.
Lap 79. Here in just a moment, it'll be lap number 80 for our race leader, Tommy Gossett. Car number 80 already working into turns 3 and 4, and he's on rails. He just cannot be beat right now, and this, I think, puts the entire field on notice. Now, Santini not in the field, so I wonder what Santini's up to this evening. Of course, it is Halloween weekend. He might have kids. I don't know, but I really have to wonder what Santini's got to be thinking going into the last race of the season for the championship. You've got to win the race realistically, especially against this guy. This has got to put everybody on notice. Tommy Gossett is here to win a champion.
Exactly. This is going to be applying a lot of pressure because so far the number 80 has been running a perfect race, at least from my point of view. But whenever you interviewed him, he was not 100% happy with his result. He said that he was making small mistakes, you know, just jumping on the curb, not really getting the perfect exit. So still trying to find perfection, and well, it's something that he showed. He said he was almost able to put 3 seconds. He thought he was going to be able to put 3 seconds on TJ Crampton, and well, right now he's kind of close. Looks like Villalobos may have found his rhythm once again. It kind of just pushes McWhorter out, and it's going to be clear. Yes, does the 32 kind of battle him? No. So Villalobos once again found his rhythm. If he can keep those mistakes to a minimum, he might have the pace to close into TJ Crampton.
And I'm surprised by this, to be honest. McWhorter had kind of gotten away to a bit of a lead. Now you can see he's really fighting the car, trying to take a wider entry, try and find something there that's not working just yet. Joseph McWhorter searching around the racetrack, trying to just find something. He's going backwards and backwards quick.
Exactly. Well, he's going to have to change something. He's going to have to at least adjust his driving style.
Oh, look at that. Both of them lose.
Oh, Villalobos kind of just drifts around, looks like turns 2. And, well, looks like all that hard work is going to be undone again. McWhorter is going to be thanking him because right now he's going to have one car between him and Shorba. So it looks like this battle is not going to go away anytime soon, unfortunately for Villalobos.
They've got to get something figured out, these guys. Order loose, Villalobos loose in the same corner. Something in the rear ends of these race cars is not combining well with the concrete here at Martinsville. Don't know what it is. Don't know if there's anything you can do to adjust it. There's a bump and run, or at least an attempt at it. Villalobos contact solidly to McWhorter, and now Shorba finally gets the door opened up underneath the 43 car, looks to the inside, but isn't going to force anything. You might still have the inside on the backstretch. Villalobos cuts it off.
Cuts it off, but kind of getting really loose. So Villalobos taking a lot of risk, only on lap 86. So it's going to be interesting to see. Obviously, he's not in the playoffs. He's not really fighting for those points. But obviously, the best finish that he can get, he'll take it. But yeah, as you mentioned, these guys are struggling. They're going to have to figure something out. Maybe change driving style, change the entry, the exit, the midpoint of the corner. Something will have to be done because, well, 1 time, 2, 3, that may be lucky. But eventually, that car is going to step out, and you're going to end up in the wall.
This time we're racing to the completion of lap 110 for the stage. Top 10 currently: Gossett, Crampton, McWhorter, Villalobos, Shorba, Meadows, Davis, Meyer, Van Gelder, Longacre, and, well, that's it. Longacre, 10th place on the track. Jordan is currently 11th. Julio Villalobos, night to forget, currently 2 laps down. We're going to take a step aside. We're going to go side by side here at the Martinsville Speedway. This is the Red Camel 225.
Sound art is a product that is a speaker and it's art. We combine it together and we call it sound art. What makes it so unique that any picture can be your speaker? Sound art gives you the high quality sound without the ugly speaker. This isn't a picture with a speaker, the picture is the speaker. Just imagine your wedding picture uploaded onto a canvas and now it's speaking 10,000 tunes. I mean, it's a very cool concept. What we like so much about it that you can take anything that means something very special to you, upload it on the canvas, have it hanging up in your room, your balcony, wherever you want to put it, and now it's a speaker. I mean, how cool is that? It's something that we have that and no one has. No one has this product. It's just a great gift to give anybody. It's just a neat concept. Around here we say, art never sounded so good.
Have you found yourself trying to hide your joy because you're unhappy with your teeth? Your smile is the first feature noticed in an interview, on a date, or in family photos. We want you to be able to shine bright as your best self, and our teeth whitening system is the perfect step toward restoring your confidence.
Welcome back to the virtual Martinsville Speedway. The best part about that, you never left. You saw everything happen down there with all those battles around the racetrack. And immediately, caution flag comes out just as we come back to green flag action. Well, now it's yellow flag action. Diego Villalobos, a problem potentially on his own. Maybe not. He was battling pretty heavily there with Timothy Davis. Let's go back and see what happened. Let's watch on board here for Diego Villalobos just as we came back from side-by-side break. Isn't that interesting? As soon as we get back from playing some messages from our partners here at PitStop TV, he goes around and, I mean, you can see the car was just continuing to get worse and worse on this run. Now imagine into turns 1 and 2 right here, trying to press back up to Davis. This is where it's likely going to happen. Maybe not. Maybe the next time 3 and 4. I don't know. But yeah, the car just continuously getting worse and worse.
Yeah, looks like his big battle is not. Yeah, look at it. The battle is not only with Timothy Davis as well as his car. It looks like he didn't get any damage. It looks like only. Oh, that came really close to number 16. But luckily, no damage to both of them. But Villalobos really struggling with his car, which is really unfortunate to see. And well, that's gonna take a toll on him. Obviously, you know, running great pace. And well, just not being able to use that great pace, it's really frustrating for the driver.
I would imagine he shall pit here. Maybe not. He's out on the speedway. Somebody that does pit, though, Evan Longacre, going to lead our charge on the pit lane, joined by Cody Jordan and Julio Villalobos. Julio, no! You got to stay out one more lap. You've got to get the lucky dog. You can't pit this lap.
So looks like, unfortunately for Villalobos, he's not going to be getting, I'm not pretty sure he's going to be getting the lucky dog, so that's going to be unfortunate for him. That's going to be another time he's going to have to battle, so maybe a free lucky dog.
He might have already gotten it, actually. I think we might be under quickie yellow. I think it already gave him the lap because it's showing him as 1 lap down. That's really odd. You don't see that very often. Yeah, I think it's allowing him to pit here and get the lap back anyway.
Well, it looks like each one of these drivers are taking the opportunity to get at least a bit of damage fixed. You can, I guess, again, correct me on that, Andrew, but I'm pretty sure they're waiting till the last second to not being lapped in, well, taking a little bit of damage. But that Camaro is absolutely destroyed, looks like it, and I'm not pretty sure how he can keep that car on track, but somehow he's able to. Villalobos, not a lot of damage and still struggling, but somehow Longacre is still able to keep that on the tarmac for the time being.
Julio's got damage under the hood from that impact with Gifford way back in the first 5 laps or so. That's what's plaguing Julio right now. Drivers checking out, well, I guess chilling in their Discord channels. What do you see? We talked to one that's been pretty active this evening, Joseph McWhorter. Buddy, I know you're a short track guy. You've looked pretty good so far tonight, but it just doesn't have the X factor so far. What do you change in the next 100 laps to get up there?
Man, I don't know. That's what we were talking about, my crew chief and I. Man, we kind of went the wrong way on that last adjustment, made the car a little bit too tight, or made it tighter than what it already was. So I don't know what we need. We've been kind of going back and forth on it here, and yeah, I just don't know. But it's been a lot of fun. I'm having a blast.
I see you guys are coming to green. We'll let you get back to it, but I see Red Camel on the hood and the Red Camel 225. Best of luck to you, buddy.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. See you guys at the end.
Joseph McWhorter right up to the green flag, ready to talk to us, gets back on it. Green flag back out at Martinsville. And McWhorter right into a battle here between 2nd and 4th. Then 3rd, he's got Meadows out back, Crampton out front. Love that he was so willing to talk to me. He was right up to the restart there. These cautions, they happen quick at Martinsville.
They happen quick and they're over quick, and looks like McWhorter, it looks like he's quick as well, so he looks really confident, at least when you're talking to him. Looks like he's kind of racing. Obviously, it's going to be a short dash till the end of the stage, but he's eyeing that 2nd place that TJ Crampton has been holding for so long. Villalobos came short of passing him. Gossett is essentially going out at this point, but looks like the battle for 2nd place might not be over so soon.
I think the entire top 5 is mostly up for grabs right now. The tires have kind of equalized amongst these drivers. They look the most even they've looked all night long.
Exactly, 100%. So This could be interesting. Gossett looks like is not really 100% pulling away, so he might be struggling a little bit of that heat cycle. I'm not 100% sure how that would work, but if he is, well, that'll explain. The gap is less than 0.2 of a second. Look at it.
Wow. Crampton right on the back end of Gossett through the corners. Another try and a turn one. Here we go. Contact. Bump and run maybe. Gossett. A little bit of contact again from Crampton. He's there. He wants that spot. We're down to 5 to go to the end of the stage.
Oh, this is going to get racy till the end. Only 5 laps to go. Are we going to be seeing another
bobble?
Yeah, looks like he got a little bit loose out of turns 4. Ooh, getting really good at that bumper. Oh, he's giving him another shot. And well, this is going to get interesting.
Keep hitting him. You got to hit him. You got to go up there and move him out of the way. You're not just going to pass him on speed. You've got to get to him in the center of the corner and move him out of the way. That's short track racing. That's how you get it done at Martinsville. Here's a chance. Gossett bobbles into the corner, and oddly enough, that's great defense.
Yeah, it's going to be a great defense. Unfortunately, he couldn't really get back into the apex, so he's going to be losing a lot of time, losing quite a bit of touch. This is going to be helping out Gossett a bit, but looks like he's not really pulling away, so it's not over yet. It's not going to be over. Obviously, it looks like Crampton is not really worrying about the number 32 behind him. He's only focused on getting Gossett.
That was 2 to go. We'll come to 1 to go the next time by. Longacre is on the outside right now. 9 seconds behind Jordan. Stage points, they aren't going to help him a ton, but you may as well try and get them. Seems like he's not going to have a shot at it. Jordan looks like he will. Diego Villalobos is back there in 9th. These are the battles coming to the end of stage number 2. Crampton too far back. It's going to be Tommy Gossett one more time. Can Crampton get there? No! Tommy Gossett wins stage 2 in the Red Camel 225. Gossett, Crampton, McWhirter, Meadows, Shorba, your top 5. Then Davis, Van Gelder, Meyer, Diego Villalobos, and Jordan, the rest of the top 10.
And unfortunately, Longacre looks like he was stuck in 11th place, not going to be getting any stage points, so not a great stage for him, but, well, now the longest stage of them all is going to come in well over 100 laps for him.
Pit stop should be going this time around. Back, just everybody right back down the pit lane. Here we go. Gossett going to lead them in. Crampton in behind. Here's Kenny Meadows, and I think Meadows is starting to come alive as this race goes on. I think we've got to watch out for Kenny as we get into the rest of this race. He might have something for these top 3. Chorba's looked pretty good all night, just hasn't, again, had the X factor to get up there and pass cars.
Exactly, as you mentioned, the top 5 is all up for grabs. I'm not pretty sure this is over yet. The number 80 is looking pretty solid, but he was quite struggling on the back end of the final dash, essentially, of stage number 2, so still all up for grabs. The number 43, hopefully he can get his problems fixed, because if he does, he's also a great contender. Looks like Gossett, yeah, he comes out on top. Ooh, we're gonna have a battle again for second place.
Side by side, Longacre, not Longacre, but McWhirter did not want to give that up. Crampton neither. They fight out of the pit lane. What do you say we drag in the driver of the 61, if we can get him? I know he's in here somewhere. There he is. TJ Crampton has had such a great night, needs to win this race. Let's get him for some comment. DJ, the night has looked pretty solid, but just not solid enough. You almost got to Gossett. In fact, you definitely got to Gossett. What do you do here to change things up and beat him?
I don't know if I can beat him. He's just so damn quick. I really don't know. I don't have a single clue. He beats me so well off the exit of the corner that I just can't keep up. I mean, I'm so good under braking, but I don't want to move him out of the way and wreck him. So, I mean, I could, but I'm not that kind of guy to just wreck someone, even if it is for the win. I'm not really racing for a playoff spot because I won't make the finale if I do win. So, yeah, I know. You know, I'm just out here to have fun. So if I wreck anybody on purpose, I'm not going to. So I'm not just trying to get a good run, really, and just try to end the season off on a strong note.
That's the kicker about not being able to make it to Phoenix. That really is a crushing blow. I got to ask then, the rest of this race, what is the fine line to you between braking just enough and getting the car to rotate and getting free? We've seen a lot of cars slide in the center of the corner. What do you think that is?
I don't know. It could be a partial setup or I've had problems this race of the transition from the asphalt to the concrete. My rear end likes to step out right as the transition happens entering the concrete. So, you know, if that can stop, that'd be great, but I know it won't. So just got to deal with it and hopefully it doesn't get too bad.
All right, buddy, who makes it happen for you guys?
I got to thank Matthew, my team owner. He makes the setups, does a great job every week. I got to thank you guys for broadcasting and Jacob for putting on the league.
Buddy, thanks so much for the time. Go get them.
Thank you.
TJ Crampton of JEME Racing can't make the finale next week. That changes a lot about what we're watching this evening. We're going to take the green flag one more time. 110 laps to go, now 109. Big time, McWhorter to the inside, gives it back up to Crampton, doesn't want to have incident, and a caution comes out. Meyer in trouble.
Oh, we're gonna have looks like we're gonna have 3 cars instantly out of the race. Looks like number 38 still gonna keep on going. So
not
really
out,
unfortunate
not
to
out,
happen.
not quite.
Oh, yeah, not gonna be out, but well, that's gonna be a lot of damage to the number 8 hashtag number 8/number 9.
Cody Jordan looks like to be in the center of things. Watch from his onboard. Closes up big time to Meyer. Does he try and go low? Meyer, oh, he just hits him. He gets in from behind. That was Van Gelder with the impact behind, and Jordan kind of powers it into the inside wall a bit extra. Not how you want to see a restart go here at Martinsville. Let's watch it one more time. This time from a TV camera, and you can see he got inside, and I like the move to try to get there, but you can't throttle up and just power into somebody's left rear, and that's what he did. That's what.
Yeah, exactly. Might have just looked like a miscalculation. Maybe, yeah, as you mentioned, just so unfortunate to see that happen on the restart of the stage, and yeah, it's gonna be big damage for nearly all. I'm pretty sure only 2 cars. I'm not pretty sure. Yeah, it looks like all 3 of them are down in the pit lane, so it's really unfortunate for all of them. But a long stage. So as you mentioned, they're not out of the race yet.
Problems for them nonetheless. And get service. Tommy Gossett still your race leader. 2 stage wins on the evening. Really big day for him so far. I mean, it looks like he's going to go into Phoenix potentially with another race win. Martinsville, more chaotic of the 3 rounds in this round of not going to happen. I mean, nobody's going to touch that 80 car aside from Crampton that little bit on that last run to the end of stage 2. I just don't think anybody can get to him.
Yeah, me neither. Looks like that car is just absolutely planted on the racetrack. Looks so good, and he's improving on his own mistakes. He's owning up to the small mistake, the smallest of mistakes that we can't even notice, and he's just trying to make perfect racecraft for him. And well, if he can keep this mind stage all the way into Phoenix, he's gonna have a fantastic shot at getting that title.
Matthew Van Gelder just involved in that incident. Let's get a word from him, the driver of the number 16. Matthew, you were eliminated a couple of rounds ago, but still in this race, still out there fighting for anything you can get, and some positions still up for grabs, certainly, all the way up to 5th. What happened there on that one?
Yeah, I feel bad. The car's better than what it looks like right now, actually, but got stuck on pit road trying to fix some damage and went down a lap, and then just that incident right there compounded it. I don't know what happened ahead of me.
Still in this race, though. You're 1 lap down for now, but we should at least get 1 more yellow, I would think anyways, right?
Oh yeah, we'll see more than 1, I'm sure.
So how do you try and adjust things here? We saw your teammate. He's close to Tommy, but just can't quite get there.
Yeah, Tommy's fast, but TJ's quite a wheelman too, so I wouldn't doubt if he doesn't get there before we're done.
Buddy, thanks for the time. We'll let you get back down there, and best of luck to you guys.
Thank you.
It is the other half to JEME Racing. Matthew Van Gelder, the set of builders, as TJ put it, we're at Green Flag Racing. Once again, Tommy Goss did a great restart. McWhorter as well, right to the inside of Crampton, but Crampton powers back up. I think McWhorter is letting him get that. I think that's planned. Sort the restart out, get back rolling, get in line, and sort it out later. Yeah,
might be planned. If it is, it's a really good plan, really safe. You know, not really a point of racing so hard. It's still over 100 laps to go, 101 laps to go, in fact. So if that was planned, that's really good. And right now he can show his pace. He's not really fighting with anyone else. He can focus on the number 61 and right ahead of him. So we're just gonna see what's gonna happen between the top 3. The number 80 looks like might just be driving a bit off, but the number 32 is definitely still within a shot of the top 2.
You bring up a great point. Still 100 laps to go. 101 last time by, 100 this time. Gossett, I mean, he's powered away on most of this race, but there's still time to go. And look at that. Gossett, a 19.338, even faster. Not entirely surprised, but these guys still have a ways to go. They can figure some stuff out. One car around. Cody Jordan in the back of the field.
Oh, looks like Cody Jordan might be struggling a lot. Still no yellow flags, looks
That
like
should
it. And
do
he's
it.
gonna.
Oh, not yet.
Oh, so we're gonna keep it green, so that's really good. Unfortunately for him, it looks like he's gonna be going a lap down really shortly, and well, that's really just throwing. I'm not for sure what the saying is, but it's really going from bad to worse for him. Looks like the number 80, yeah, just going by, and there we go, a lap down, unfortunately for the number 8.
Jordan gonna get past some more. Goes Crampton on by, yeah. This is all, of course, lapping him at this point. Here goes McWhorter. Meadows will follow. Here's a little battle. Meadows, Shorba, and Villalobos. Villalobos getting back into things. Good to see. Oh, we just had a lead change. What has gone on here? TJ Crampton around the 80 car. What in the world has just gone on? Tommy Gossett going to fight back to the inside of TJ Crampton. Down to turn number 3. He takes him out! Tommy Gossett takes him out!
Oh, that's going to be something to watch out. Looks like McWhorter nearly came back into the lead somehow, but I'm interested in seeing the replay of how that lead change happened. Number 61 spun around, and now he's going to be carrying damage.
We'll let the replay tell a tale, just like these drivers need to do. We got to watch replay before we draw too many conclusions, but at least what happened into that corner, either Tommy didn't try to make the corner or wheel hopped pretty bad. DJ looks like going to take the pit lane. No retaliation. That's what we were waiting on. Let's go back and see what happens here. This is short track racing at its finest, to a point anyways. Well, we'll see what happens. There's the lap car going on by. We started to focus a little further back in the field, and this is where things get pretty interesting. Tommy Gossett out of turn 4 right there. Catches the curb, gets loose. Here's TJ's shot. He looks to the inside, goes down there, takes it. Tommy seemingly gets a little bit frustrated, and I think just goes in there and cleans him out.
Yeah, exactly. That did not look like an attempt to essentially make
Never
the
even
corner.
tried.
Yeah, you can see how further away he was from the apex. The number 32 momentarily gets ahead. The number 61 is going to be carrying big damage. He's going to be very frustrated. He said to himself he was not going to make it to Phoenix, but that's not going to matter. That was a battle for the win.
Still almost 100 laps to go, but you're right. I mean, this is going to come down to the win at some point, obviously. And if Crampton can get there and hold Gossett behind, oh, he just, come on. Come on. The most unfortunate thing about that is Tommy Gossett's going to get away with that and stay in the lead. Now, I don't have a personal vendetta against Tommy or anything. He's driven a hell of a race today. But to go in there and clean a guy out and hold the race lead, draw your own conclusions.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see what the stewards are going to have to think about it. Obviously, this could be added with that pit stop antics, Andrew. Obviously, he was running the inside line. And yeah, worst of it all, the number 61 made a clean pass. You know, that was a number 80 mistake to lose the lead. And now look at it. The whole left side of that car is damaged. But, well, it's going to be interesting to see how the 61 fights back. If he has, you know, the energy, obviously that's going to be taking a mental toll as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next few laps.
I doubt that was intentional. I want to be clear. I doubt that was intentional, but you can't allow that to happen. You can't do that. You can't. That's all it comes down to. I'm not trying to make any kind of judgment on Tommy Gossett or his character or anything. I doubt that was intentional. Highly doubt it. That was likely a mistake. But that's something you've got to get figured out. That's all I've got for it. I mean, fighting for a championship next week. Can't melt under pressure like play Anna Killen or something. Like, I don't know. You can't. But we'll see how things go on this restart. Tommy Gossett has the best car in the field. Potentially the best driver in the field. We don't know yet. Green flag back out. McWhorter, some contact on the restart, but they get it sorted out. McWhorter hanging with him. Does he challenge into turn 3? He's looking right behind the 80. Is he going to move him? He gives him a shot in the shorts, moves him up the racetrack. Can he get there? Not quite, but he's going to have another shot out of turn 1.
He's really close to number 32. Is really close to number 80. Does he give him the bumper in turns 1 and 2? He tries to, looks like, but he's not really close. Gets up in the curve and loses a bit of touch. But number 32 looks very racy. Now he's going to have to defend a bit from Meadows right behind him. And, well, this is going to get interesting over the next few laps. If the number 80 can shoot out ahead and create a healthy buffer, essentially, that's going to settle his position. But look at the 32. He ran really deep into turn 1. And, well, this is only going to get, looks like we're going to have Villalobos fighting once again. Looks like for 4th place, getting past Shorby, and he does. So, number 43 found pace once again.
Tommy Gossett continues on, leading the race. He's got a great car. I think still deserves to fight for the championship, fight for the race win tonight, but that's a pretty big blemish on the night for Tommy Gossett in the 80 car. That is a pretty big blemish on the night. There's no other way to put that. I mean, that's not great. I'd really like to hear Crampton's side of things in a little bit. We'll let him cool off first, but if we get another yellow, we've got to talk to the 61 car. Top 3 fight on, though. Meadows does get promoted to the top 3. That's the big thing about this. I think that's really helpful for Kenny Meadows. At this point, it's got to be a race win from Longacre or Julio Villalobos, and it's just not going to happen, I don't think. Obviously, a lot of racing in the yellow, a lot can still happen, but as things stand, it's not likely.
Yeah, exactly. Not 100% likely, and somehow Meadows becomes, I guess, the best playoff driver, obviously, outside of Gossett. So, really good position for him, fighting for P2, and looks like these two are still battling the 2 red cars, number 30 and the number 92. Shorba and Davey still fighting in. Villalobos kind of leading that. Oh, the number 61 is around again.
DJ Crampton around again. Yellow flag not out just yet. There it is. Meyer, all kinds of damage. That's big.
Looks like the 61 got loose on his
DJ's
zone.
done.
Yeah, looks like he's going to park it.
He's just here to see if he can get a win. He's not in this for the points anymore. Knows that he can't make it next week. He's done. This is going to be a look at things. TJ Crampton, Julio Villalobos, they were fighting. It's going to happen down in turns 1 and 2. Focus your attention there. He just gets loose on his own. Something we asked him about. And Meyer hits him. Sends him the rest of the way around. Wow.
Big turnaround, and really unfortunate for the driver of the 61, fighting for the win at one point, and unfortunately Joseph Parkey losing his own car essentially due to damage. Obviously the car snapping, so really big turn. I mean, just went from 100 to 0 really quickly.
TJ Crampton, I know you're probably not the happiest person in the world, buddy. What happened 2 cautions ago?
I'm not sure. I closed out of the game too soon. I should have looked at what happened before I go ahead and say anything, but I'm just going to take his word and said that he locked up his tire and went up into me, but he's done that to me a few times, whether that's Richmond or Bristol or whatever, but I don't know. He drives like that, but that's all I'm going to say about that, but I'm just here to have fun, and after that, it's just not really that much fun afterwards, just spinning out by yourself because of 2 minutes of damage. So I decided to park before I wreck anyone else who's fighting for anything.
Buddy, we appreciate your time. I don't want to push you too far. I'll let you cool down. Really appreciate it, buddy. And hey, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for the broadcast. It's great.
Jay Crampton, certainly, understandably, not a happy person right now.
No, 100%. You cannot really be happy with the situation, you know. And Well, unfortunately for him, looks like it may have been a tire lockup. Obviously, he is going to be taking, obviously the stewards as well are going to be taking a deeper look at it. But, you know, a small mistake by another driver, you know, being a passenger at that point, something we touched upon pre-race, unfortunately ended his race early, damaged his shot, and then unfortunately later on, no, it was race over. So, really big turn of events, but at least we got another restart, and number 32 is looking really racy on a past restart. So, this could get very, very interesting very quickly.
McWhorter's been good lately. Last couple of restarts, he's really come alive. This time we're going to have inside of 80 to go. We'll have 79 laps to go here. The air temp dropping some more. Track temp holding steady at 65. Wind's picking up just a little bit. Now they drop a bit more. Pretty solid October evening. You know what? It's getting a little bit spooky out there. Big yellows, some big crashes, some drama. Adding to the 32nd race on the calendar. The Red Camel Racing 225, and I think Tommy Gossett backed the field up. It works for him. A big restart. Tommy Gossett feels the pressure. Those are things that Tommy does when he's under pressure. He's feeling it.
Feeling the pressure. Number 32 is definitely applying it very, very well. He's not being able to really drive off. Villalobos finds himself in P3, still battling this like side by side, but these two, well, looks like they're going to be close, at least for the time being.
Oh, no.
Oh, we don't have another caution.
Diego Villalobos was the one around, gets back rolling pretty quickly. Take my word for it, it's going to come out for the 43 car. Looks like it's going to be out of contact with Kenny Meadows. There's some contact out of 4. Door banging, side by side, wheel to wheel. They keep at it. This is down to turn 1 now. This is where it should happen. Meadows at the racetrack just gets him. That's classic Martinsville.
Yeah, looks like that was classic Martinsville. Maybe just not a lot of room on the inside, and unfortunately for him, that rear bumper is going to be massively damaged. I was gonna give him props, you know, he was fighting back big troubles on stage number 2 and then came to stage number 3, nearly getting to the top 3, and then unfortunately just goes. Looks like the 32, looks like McWhorter came into the pit lane. Looks like everybody but the 80.
This could be the turning point. McWhorter's in, Meadows, everybody other than Tommy Gossett and Julio Villalobos, they stay out. Everybody else in. Longacre stays out, it looks like, as well. Everybody else in. This could be the turning point that everybody's waiting for here. Joseph McWhorter in for tires. Does he beat everybody else out of pit lane? We'll see. Yes, he does. First car off. He will restart then in 4th. Tommy Gossett will remain your race leader, but now I think he's got to be on notice. Everybody else is going to have better tires. You've got to fight through the 95 and the 45 to get to them, but those tires are going to help.
Yeah, those new tires are really going to help, and this is going to throw the strategy game, well, into the air, essentially. The number 32, he's going to have the provisional lead with 180. The number 80 still has to pit, and he's going to have to put more fuel, so this is going to get interesting for the last 74 laps that we have.
One driver staying out is Evan Longacre, the number 95. Evan, how you feeling?
Well, you know, we're in a must-win situation here. Everybody checked up about, I don't know, I'm going to say 130 laps ago. Got the front of my car beat in, so I had to take 25% tape off. So the car doesn't want to turn anymore. I've made some adjustments. I would say that I'm uncomfortable.
Well, how do you adjust for the car not wanting to turn? Losing that front end downforce with a loss of tape, how do you adjust for that? And are you suffering from some engine damage as well?
You know, this is the first time this year that I think I've hit something and I don't have engine damage. Somehow the algorithm decided that when I plowed into the back of the 92 car, I'm not going to have engine damage this time. But I've hit other parts on the car, like the rear of the car, and gotten engine damage this season. So I don't even attempt to, like, figure out what's going to be broken and what's not. But bumped up the right rear tire pressure, changed the, changed a little bit in the spring offsets and loosened the thing up. Tried to add some tape to a little more tape to the front of the car. But I'm out here on older tires in front of people in an already slower car. So, you know what? Screw it. We're going to see what happens.
Well, yes, pull those belts start one more time. Best of luck to you, Evan. We'll see how it goes.
I appreciate it, guys. I'll see ya. The more chaos, the better for me right now.
That's Evan Longacre getting ready to restart from third. Let's turn him loose one more time. Already contact into turn one. They scramble. Gossett at the racetrack. 3 wide on turn number 2. Villalobos around the outside.
Oh, somehow they made it 3 wide work. The number 80 still on the inside, number 45 on the outside. Looks like everybody's getting out of shape. Those mixed tire sets. Longacre somehow, well, this is getting all lost. Somehow 80 still, leading the race. And look at it, the top 4 all into the playoff contention.
Julio just couldn't hang. The tires fall away. He drops way back. Down Meadows and McWhorter battle for third. Longacre in second. Gossett somehow gets away. McWhorter sideways. Van Gelder spins. Caution out one more time.
Well, that was bound to happen. That got really hectic really quickly on the restart. Longacre still maintaining second place, and unfortunately the number 16 car came out worst of them all.
Gelder spun, McWhorter hard in the outside wall. You can see the damage there. He just got loose, trying to get everything he could out of the car on that restart. You saw Villalobos scramble all over the place. The tires couldn't hang. The car couldn't hang. What happens here for Van Gelder? That's the question that we're going to answer. Out of the corner, just gets loose.
Yeah, just got loose. Somehow the 32 got loose, so essentially he just copied and pasted with the maneuver. I'm not pretty sure that was target lock, but as soon as the 32 got lost, he got lost as well. So, unfortunately for him, a mistake on his own.
It'll be a look at things for McWhorter. Clean car until this point in the race. Was really keeping things clean until right there. Pounds the outside wall 3-4 times.
That's really going to hurt his car. He had a fantastic race car. Unfortunately for him, that's a fantastic damage of car at this moment in time. As you mentioned, 4 hits to the wall due to a small mistake. That's really going to hurt him.
That it is. Not how you want things to go in his position. One car pitting on this lap, and on this yellow, and that's Jeffrey Meyer. He is back on the lead lap. So the 11 cars that are left running are all on the lead lap. The 3 cars out, TJ Crampton, Cameron Perez, John Gifford. 11 cars still in this race. With all the drama we've seen, especially lately, that's pretty good. I gotta wonder at this point, does Meadows lock in on the back end of the 80 car? Does he try and get that 80 car out of the way?
Well, and that's going to be interesting. That's going to be a question that's only going to be answered in the,
go ahead and ask
first lap. Oh, yeah. Well, go ahead then.
Kenny Meadows, it's been an interesting race so far. You've been pretty quiet. Around the top 5, now into the top 3. The car is looking pretty good. What do you do here to go to the end?
Well, I got to keep it clean. That's my goal.
And it seems it's getting increasingly challenging to do so. I mean, you've got the leader now right in front of you to take a shot into turn 1.
We'll see how it goes in the restart. That last one was pretty crazy.
Things have been getting increasingly crazy. Did you see what happened with Crampton and Gossett? Do you take any of that into this restart?
I barely caught a glimpse of it. I was looking at my turn entry and I seen him going sideways.
I think we got a little bit of extra time here. One more lap. Talking about points. Got a decent little gap here coming in with plenty of gap back to the next car. Trying to get in. It's just a matter of you racing Jeffrey Meyer, and right now he's 11th. How do you feel going into Phoenix?
Pretty good. I just want to position myself up here in the top 5-ish. I think I'll be all right. And then Phoenix, I actually got a win there last time, so feeling pretty good.
Yo, Kenny Meadows ready to win again at Phoenix Raceway. Buddy, best of luck to you. Go get him.
Good, thanks.
Meadows going to restart inside of row number 2. We're inside of 65 to go. Laps ticking away. Red Camel 225. Boy, what a race for Red Camel Racing to get on board. Their driver 4th place for this one. Let's see how it goes. Some big moves on that restart. Diego Villalobos wide. Meadows to the inside of Longacre. Wants that spot. Wants to get second. And Gossett gaps the field.
Exactly, Gossip once again got a perfect start. Longacre still holding on into second place. Looks like number 96 still on the inside line. They're going to be battling. And if Longacre makes a small mistake, look at that trainer car behind him. So he said that more chaos, the better for him. He's in a must-win situation. But well, looks like at the moment, oh, he's going to be losing second place, but still in third place. Really good result so far.
McWhorter down to the inside. He's going to get there. That's going to put the 95 at the racetrack, and that's about it for Evan Longacre in this run. He gives a lot of time up here. Here comes Shorba. Here comes Villalobos. The other Villalobos now in things as well. Both of them nose to tail. 1/6, 1/7. And Julio is looking to the inside of Longacre.
Looks like Longacre with those older tires. Well, looks like he's struggling. Look at him. Just went essentially into the third lane. He's going to be losing position. He's going to be dropping. And now he's going to be losing the position to the second Villalobos, the number 43. And well, there he goes. The number 92 is all Davis trying to eye that number 95. And looks like he's going to be getting shortly because that car is really, really struggling for pace at the time being.
Meadows now maybe with trouble, maybe not. Starts to get back away. Oh, here we go. Another yellow Villalobos. Keep it out of the garage. He stops. Keeps it from hitting those tires. What did we just miss? Take a look at things. Longacre just gone way up the racetrack. Villalobos filled the gap. Davis followed. What in the world happens in turn 1 and 2?
Well, the Lobos. Oh, this could help him. Yeah, he got a bit of help. Oh, no.
Wow. Timothy Davis, a shot to Villalobos. That kicks Longacre way out of the way. Let's watch this from the perspective of Timothy Davis. Right in the corner, right there, a little, barely even contact. Just, I think the discrepancies within internet connections helped Davis move that car out of the way. And live, here we go. Pit stops, one specifically, and it's for Tommy Gossett in the pit lane.
Tommy Gossett, that backhand is also not looking 100% healthy, so he's going to be losing quite a bit of time. He's going to be losing a lot of position, so this is going to shape how interesting. Yeah, he's taking repairs also. That back bumper really got repaired, so this is going to set him back quite a bit, so it's going to be interesting to see how his car fends off in traffic, because we only saw him leading the race and obviously lapping other people.
Yeah, this will be the first time that we see Tommy in the back of the field, and all it takes is one big pileup, and he might not be in this race anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Now his race completely on its head. He's not going to be controlling the pace. He's not going to be leading, so this is going to get interesting. He lost the position as well to Villalobos and Longacre, so somehow a longer pit stop for him, and it could really cost him.
Additional tire sets for this race, 4. He's now taken 3. Everybody should have one more set in the bank. Should. Doesn't necessarily. They don't all necessarily have one more set, but they all should. That pretty cut and dry strategy. Wait for a yellow and a little bit later on, and potentially pit there. I don't know that we're going to see a whole lot of green flag racing at this point, though. Does Tommy Gossett maybe kind of force his way through this field?
It's going to get interesting. Obviously, he's going to have newer tires, so it should really help him in that class. And I'm not pretty sure he should have enough fuel for the end. Definitely near 55 laps, so he's going to have more than enough fuel. So if he doesn't stop again, this could really put him in an interesting position, obviously concerning that we have a cold green flag period for the remaining of the race.
Take 10 laps off from the last time. It was about 65 to go last time we got restarted, and now it'll be about 55. In fact, once we finish lap 175, it'll be 50 to go. The last 50 laps on the way from Martinsville Speedway in the Red Camel Racing 225. A lot of partners here for the MSRA National Series. You see them there. Rapid Fired Pizza, Old School Ninjas, MK Designs. We've got our own partners at PitStop TV, Tucson Sound Art, Permanent Makeup and Cryo in Maine, Whiplash Media, and BAM Racing Videos. Here we go. Let's do it one more time. Kenny Meadows on the inside. McWhorter outside. Shorba third. Let's get back green. Meadows with the race lead. McWhorter going to try to the inside. The crossover for the 32. Down to the inside of Meadows. He will go. A big challenge for the race lead. McWhorter wants it. He's maybe got it. Side by side out of turn 4. Across the line. I don't know.
They got extremely close. That was going to be a photo finish if it was the last lap. The number 96 gets pushed off into the second lane, and the number 32 takes the lead right now. But look at Shorba. Shorba is also quite
Oh, Tommy Gossett turns another. I don't think that one was his fault, but it... Oh, my gosh. Massive crash.
Villalobos looks like he got tangled up once again. Oh,
Lap 174 of 225. They were 3 wide, and that's what starts all of this. A lot was going on. There was the battle for the race lead. There was this battle further back. Davis, Villalobos, Meyer, Van Gelder, and Gossett. And interestingly enough, Van Gelder is Crampton's teammate. What happens here? Yeah, that one's not on Tommy. That's Van Gelder just trying to go 3 wide with those guys. I don't think he knew.
Oh, and look. Just a cascade effect. Villalobos kind of got taken out. I'm pretty sure he got forced into the pit lane as well. So, really unfortunate for him. And yeah, as you mentioned, not on the 80 card. Just kind of got into his way in, unfortunately for him. But I'm not pretty sure he sustained a lot of damage.
Watch it one more time. Tommy Gossett goes 3 wide. I mean, Gelder kind of squeezes him. He gets away scot-free, and Longacre hard in the back there. The other Villalobos hard into that crash. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so elbows are coming out as we enter the final stages of the race, and well, this is not going to help out a lot of people. The number 80 looks like he made a few positions, and we're going to see this once again from the chopper. The number 80 just holding his own lane, kind of gets, completely not on him. He has absolutely nowhere to go, and yeah, luckily for him, not a lot of damage.
Gets away pretty well okay. The Julio stacks up. Longacre right into him. Diego tries to go by on the bottom, and Van Gelder, I think in disbelief, never even touches the brake pedal. That sends the 43 careening into the pit lane and turns it back into Julio Villalobos. What a crash.
Yeah, that was a spectacular crash for, I guess, it was pretty good to see, but unfortunately for those drivers, I'm pretty sure it wasn't a good experience. And while that's going to set a few of them back, Villalobos, once again, he's having a roller coaster of a race since he entered.
Yeah, he is. Up, down. He got up there a couple of times. It depends on which one you're talking about, but I think both of them, honestly. I mean, he's been up there a couple of times, fallen back a lot. Diego's had the better race of the two, but now both of them potentially out of this one. Cody Jordan is also done for the day. Matthew Van Gelder done after that one. Julio and Diego, they will race on, but they've got a lot of damage. Same with Evan Longacre, who's in the pit lane.
And unfortunately for Longacre, a must-win situation is getting much, much difficult. And, well, that car it was in a good position. It was in second place, but unfortunately that strategy did not pay out for him. And somehow we get these 3 up front, the number 32 and the number 96, as we're ready to go green once again.
The entire race has completely changed. Tommy Gossett's going to restart 6th. Jeffrey Meyer rather damaged on his inside. Shorba and Davis will restart in the row ahead. McWhorter will lead us to the green, Meadows on the outside. I don't know what to expect. Let's find out here how this race might go. We're inside of 50 to go. McWhorter, the race leader. Let's get it back going. Gossett fights around the 38 car, gets the spot away from Meyer. He's now going to fight and look for a spot around Davis. Nothing yet.
The number 92 defends his position well, but look at him. Look how wide he got. The number 80 with newer tires. He's going to be looking down into moving to turn 1. No, the number 92 kind of protects it really well. The number 80 just has to get the position really well. Kind of needs to get a perfect exit to trying to get close to number 92. And, well, looks like the top 5 are all extremely close. So, looks like he's not going to be losing a lot of time, but those small touches are not going to help his cause any bit.
Check up there from Timothy Davis, and you can see finally a chink in the armor. The 80 car loose into the corner. Meyer now going to look to the inside. Is he challenged? He tries for a moment, but just nothing for the 80 man and tail Toyota Supra. And Gossett holds on to the spot, sideways, loose. He's going to get passed up this time.
Yeah, this time he's going to be losing position.
Hey, there we go. He didn't hit him.
Yeah, the number 38 time able to hold it around the outside. And well, looks like they're going to be going side by side, but that was a big moment for the number 80.
And he's coping well now. He's under pressure, but he's coping a lot better this time. Clearly, a chink in the armor. We found that his car is not perfect, but now he's starting to cope pretty nicely. Get things back under control, get back at it.
Exactly, this drop in position could be really helpful for him to get into the right mindset, because well, he's gonna need to fight cars to get back into the lead position. He's gonna have to struggle through and obviously apply a lot of pressure and receive a lot of pressure. So, we're gonna have a yellow.
Diego Villalobos. Again. I don't think this one was his fault. I would imagine not, but we'll find out. Well, I might be wrong, actually. This one might be a self-spin for Diego. I mean, the car has been just completely against him all night long. I mean, it has really been trying to spin him out the entire race. Let's see. This is turn 4. He just, missed the corner. Gets back on the power, and from the top side, marbles on the tires, spins.
Oh, just a really unfortunate end. Not end, obviously, but really unfortunate race for the number 43, and that's really gonna end his opportunities. He had such a fast car, but as you mentioned, you're not really gonna be faster, not really gonna go long with a car that's trying to kill you. Longacre as well, losing. His car is going from bad to worse, isn't it?
Get all that damage. It's gone really poorly at this point. Try and get some more damage repaired. Didn't see tires for the 95, nope. Virtual pit crew does not jack that car up. Just repairs for Longacre. Got to win this race along with everybody that wants a chance for the title that isn't already in. McWhorter, he's not fighting for it. Meadows, he is, but he's got a nice little gap. Let's talk more about the points then. You can see here, Meadows comes in with a 26-point gap. Take out the 15 to Longacre, add 15 then to Meadows, and that's 41. So 41 points. That's a race of points back to Longacre. Longacre, Villalobos, they have to win. Mollering is not here. At this point, we know our championship 4, almost certainly.
Yeah, 100%. The ones that were chasing were on the chase, I guess, on the negative side of points. They just had a bad towards race. Meadows pretty much guaranteed, isn't he?
Yeah, it's with stage points and everything else. Of course, stage points have been added here. They're not live updated, so they're not in this graphic, but they've been added at least to the drivers and their totals moving forward. Meadows has to be a lock. Meyer just about as well. He comes in with 30 points back to Longacre, right? Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. At least for the 96 and the 50.
Yeah, those two are really good, in a really good position. So, but this race has changed so many times in just a quick snap. So anything can happen to those drivers. We're not really, I don't think it should really count, but obviously it might not make a difference. But anything can happen. We still have under 40 laps to go. So still quite a long way to go.
Tommy Gossett with his 165 laps led. Edited a couple of yellows ago. Off sequence by about 18 laps, and that's big. He's got better tires now. We were talking about the advantage earlier for those guys that had pitted to get off sequence from him, and now things turn the other way, and he's got the better tires and is trying to work through the field. He's going to restart 5th here. And of course, there was that drama, and I dogged on him a little bit that last run, but he's ran a great race, as per usual. He usually does. Sometimes he gets a little bit hot under the helmet. Pressure definitely gets to him. He's a human like anybody else, but man, he does definitely run really good races in that number 80 car, and no different this evening. Another pretty good one. How things go. Not as many cars in the field as you can see, but we get it back green flag. Anyways, 8 cars left in the pacing field. Longacre will join them a little bit later on. Green flag back out. Gossett quickly to 4th. Contact there for Davis and Julio Villalobos.
And looks like the number 80, well, it looks like the top 4 still maintains position. McWhorter for Meadows for Gossett. And as you mentioned, Gossett has that tire advantage now. He just has to use it. He ran a perfect race in the front. Just feeling a little bit of pressure now. He has to apply pressure to other drivers, and obviously this might be a bit more difficult. And the overtaking situation around, well, this racetrack doesn't really help. You know, you really have to get a good exit, and well, he has a tire, so he really just has to focus on it. He ran a perfect race, so just trying to finish it off, and well, he's close to that lead. Only 3 cars to go.
Getting close to our final 30. Jacob Shorba in the top 3. That's the next car for Gossett to go through. Maybe literally. Shot out of the corner. He definitely got to Jacob a little bit there out of the corner, out of turn 4. And Gossett's car is just so much better on exit. That's where he gets his advantage. Looks to the inside, and he's going to take that easily, it looks like.
Yeah, he went a bit cautious on the inside. You could really tell he, I guess, the car wasn't up to speed, and he clears Shorba, so up to 3rd place. That's really going to help him. Shorba tries to fight back. Looks like he just settles down for 4th position. And now Gossett is going to try to chase Meadows. Meadows still within 0.3 of a second of McWhorter. So, well, it's going to get interesting to see how Meadows is going to apply this pressure, how he's going to handle everything, attack or defend.
31 laps to go in the Red Camel Racing 225. Tommy Gossett into your living room a little bit there. The Supra right up to the back end of Meadows. Now he looks to the outside. Shorba maybe taking a peek inside. Where does Tommy go?
Is he going to look down the inside into turn 1? No, not quite. So his favorite move seems to be out into turns 3 and 4. He's going to be trying to line it up. The number 96 kind of gets a good exit. Look at it. The number 80 looking down the inside, and he gets the move done. At least he gets down into the inside lane, and yeah, he's going to clear the number 96. No fight, so only 1 car to see for the number 80 to get back to the position that he got quite used to during stage numbers 1 and 2.
McWhorter needs a yellow. One way to put it. Needs a yellow. McWhorter, your race leader. Lap 198 going to begin now. This is the view from the bumper cover, the TV panel of McWhorter's machine. Brown's turn number 2, you can see Gossett is so much better on corner exit. I don't know what it is, but that car is just so much better. We saw it earlier from Crampton's onboard. The car just squats out of the corner, gets rolling, and that's it. You can see everything he makes up in the corner, he holds, if not gains. It's really insane how much better this 80 car is than everybody else on the racetrack. Rolls right up to the 32 now. I mean, this is not going to be a contest.
Yeah, it's not going to be absolutely no context. Number 8 is just so much better. Number 32 barely gives him enough room, so... But yeah, it's not going to be enough. The number 80 does still retain the inside line. There was a number 32 still hold it right. Yeah, he's going to be trying to hold it. He's not going to be giving up the lead that easily, but it might be no match to number 80.
He's trying. Give him credit. McWhorter's trying, but 18 lap older tires around the outside of Martinsville. Not going to be easy to hold on. Tommy's got the lead across the line. Maybe not. Joseph powers back ahead. Lap 200 done and dusted. 25 to go in the Red Camel Racing 225.
25 to go, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be 25 exciting ones. The number 80 nearly clears out the number 32. Yeah, the 32 looks like it's going to be yielding at this point. So number 80 back to the position that he wants to belong in stage number 1 and 2. And at this point, he might just drive off into the distance. I don't see the number 32, unfortunately, fight him. But, well, we're going to have enough fights till the end. Look at it. The number 30 really going
on. There we go.
Spins.
There we go. Yellow flag on the Speedway. This is what everybody else needs. Tommy Gossett has got to be seething right now at the side of the yellow flag.
Somehow, essentially, 3 cars got lost at the exit of 1 corner, but Timothy Davis was the only one that essentially spun around. So I'm not pretty sure he was battling for position. Everybody just kind of missed, but we saw plenty of cars making mistakes. Looks like in the exit of turn 2.
Pit stops for everybody. That's what the field could not afford to have happen. They needed to come in without Gossett pitting. But if Gossett took tires right there, well, yeah, no, they were all on equal tires now. Oh, man, they all had that set. They all saved it. You saw what happened there. But up ahead, everybody's got new tires. Diego Villalobos, however, does not. Diego stays out. Jeffrey Meyer stays out. Wow. Bold.
Yeah, this is going to be bold. This is going to be interesting, but we saw previously what happened whenever you didn't take tires, so, I mean...
Somebody take 2 here? I mean, you got to try. McWhorter might have.
Oh, that was close, and I'm pretty sure the 80 just sped on the pit lane, but somehow his car just darted.
Oh, you're kidding me.
32. Oh, looks like that was close, but number 80 retains the win. No, not the win, the lead.
I've never thought that I would take a replay of a pit exit. Here we are. Go back and look at this. Watch it in slow-mo here. I could have sworn McWhorter had it. This will be a good look at things, maybe a little bit slow. Let's watch it here. McWhorter's got it. Maybe that line right there. The yellow line, I mean, he barely had him, and that's the line that matters. The blue line, not so much. Let's back that up one more time.
We gotta see that again. The number 80 just, I'm not pretty sure if you caught that, Andrew, but completely, I mean, just sped essentially, just past the number 32. If the 32 was on the edge of the speed limit, then, well, there might have been a penalty to number 80.
Well, you're able to do that. The way it works in NASCAR, it's average speed over the course of the loop. So, and this is the big advantage to having that last pit stall. You're able to bend that a little bit and get a little bit over that gap. And of course, he's on the inside as well, so it makes it look like he's going faster. It's that little difference. It makes it look like you're going faster. He may have held under the pit speed, but because he's on the inside, I mean, you can do the geometry, I suppose, and do the math. I'm not going to, but he's got a shorter inside radius around that bend, able to get to that line a little bit quicker. That's the advantage of qualifying on pole at a place like Martinsville especially.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to take a word for it. And, well, he really fell on his laps. And, well, he really just pays off. But number 32 is going to be really racing right behind him.
Tommy Gossett, best car in the field. Hey, he's got the best seat in the house. If he can't be first, be second. He's going to be able to pound right thick around this 43 car with relative ease. Just the tire difference, let alone how the cars have handled this evening. The tire difference on that front row, 31 laps, maybe 28, regardless. 30 lap difference between tires on this front row. Diego gets a great start. A.B. Gossett's going to have to wait. McWhorter to the inside. We're back green at Martinsville.
Oh, McWhorter kind of just got held up by the number 43, but looks like he's going to be getting the inside line. Number 80 nearly makes it 3 wide. Looks like it's going to be a battle between second and third now. Those crash depths. Like, oh, number 80 kind of gets a bit lost. He's not going to be able to go around the outside of the leader, and Villalobos keeps leading. Looks like he's going to be, number 80 clears at 32. Yes, he does.
Not necessarily, not clear yet. Now clear. That corner exit is just so much better for Tommy. Now he's going to be able to patiently work on by the 43 of Diego Villalobos. But Diego leading now with 16 to go.
16 to go. If a caution comes out, it's going to be another 3, 4, maybe even 5 laps, but it's not going to be enough. The number 80 does go around the inside of the number 8. Obviously, the 43 car struggling with older tires, a lot of damage, and now it's just going to be a question of how long can he hold up the rest of the grid.
What a race Tommy's driven. Sure, there was that blemish earlier on. Got sucked back into the field after a pit stop, and McWhorter's crashed it. Completely binned it. Villalobos joins him. You're kidding me. Mistakes have been made. Meadows and McWhorter out of turn number 4 light up the rear tires and go for a ride. As the pass is made in front, Gossi gets on by Villalobos. McWhorter and Meadows settled into the 3rd and 4th. The objective ahead, pretty clear. Past the 43, finish 2nd and 3rd, but maybe not. Cars get loose, go spinning. Hard into the wall there. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was a massive crash, man. That's just so unfortunate to happen with it. Such a short distance to the end. You know, he could essentially see the checkered flag, but unfortunately for him, it's not going to be 2nd place. Oh, that's really not going to help. Looks like Longacre is back into the pit lane, and well, a lot of cars are going to be thanking him. The number 80, obviously last lap, but number 43 as well. That's a really good yellow flag for him.
Yeah, it's going to slow the bleeding, I think, for Diego. I don't know that he's going to be able to hold up there for too much longer, but it will at least take a few laps off the board that he's got to defend. Now, restarting on the outside, that's going to be tough. Somebody that's going to be restarting to the inside, though, with an opportunity to potentially pass, likely pass, will be Jacob Shore. But what do you say we go ahead and talk to the driver of the 30? Somebody that gets talked about a lot and is behind a lot of things, runs the Premier Series on Saturday evenings full-time, battling for a championship. Jacob Shorba, you're going to restart 3rd here, buddy. How's it looking for you?
Well, looking a lot better than what I thought it would be after that wreck. I thought I was dead for sure because I couldn't really see where he was going, and it looked like his car like disappeared for a moment for me. So I'm just happy to like be on the track still and not wrecked. So guess looking good.
Much like last night, keeping the car clean as long as you possibly can. I heard from Emerson you went to lap 186, incident-free last night. Maybe not as long tonight, but still looking pretty clean out there. What's the objective as these laps run out? I mean, you're going to have about 10 to go.
Well, Tommy's got the pace to just run away, so we need him to make a mistake, quite frankly, or something else to happen. I don't know. But I got to get by Diego quick and then hope that he does something or some miracle. That's pretty much what it's going to take.
And we've seen a lot of you guys getting really loose right in center. Now, I'm sure it starts earlier in the corner, but you guys aren't sideways until center of the corner. What's happening out there?
I haven't really felt that as much in my car. It seems like people are checking up a lot in the middle of the corner, so we're all getting bunched up. People are hitting the brakes, and I can imagine that might be why. Yeah, my guess is that people are over driving it at this point, just trying to get to the front because you're getting cautions. You only get so many green flag laps. You got to find some way up there.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot here, buddy. 10 laps to go now, 9 laps when you restart. Where do you finish?
Probably looking at who's behind me, second or third. I'm hoping second, but we'll see.
Jacob Schwarber calling a shot. Buddy, best of luck to you. Go get him.
Thank you.
Schwarber going to restart from the 3rd position inside of row number 2. One of the few Mustangs in the field, and man, does it look good. It looks like a Mustang. We're going to get this field back rolling green flag. Tommy Gossett going to bring them back to the green one more time. 9 laps to go in the Red Camel Racing 225 at Martinsville. Diego took a shot way up the racetrack. Schwarber's going to fill the gap.
That's going to be P2 for sure, but Diego is going to have to yield that position. He's going to be trying to fight, which is really good to see. The number 43 does not have the drive. He does not have the grip that the number 30 has. Luckily, he's still able to keep the number 96 of Meadows behind. He kind of leaves the door open. He just does not have the grip to close it, does he?
No. I mean, the tires are much older. Just can't hang on at this point, but he's trying. Give him credit where credit's due. He is trying his best. Now on the outside of the 96, and maybe clears him again. This is looking pretty good for Diego right now. Maybe a top 3 on the way.
Yeah, exactly. He's doing a fantastic job. He's securing that second place for Schwarber, but obviously this top 3 is going to be fantastic for him. If he can keep his car on this position, on the way it looks, well, this is a fantastic result.
This is a weird view for Meadows to see. No bumper cover on the back end of the 43 car. 6 laps to go that time by the start-finish. Can he get there? Can he make a move for 3rd place? That's the question that we maybe will get an answer to here soon.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing it soon. Looks like number 96 is kind of learning. Oh, we're going to have another yellow flag. Number 45 spins around. Villalobos. That's not going to help out too much.
Every time we think it's done, every time we think we might run to the end, somebody steps in, says, nope, we're going to run a little bit longer. And this might send these guys into extra distance as well. Julio Villalobos going to have help in this one.
Yeah, looks like he might. We're going to have to see if he does get loose. Yeah, Timothy Davis just goes, just the smallest of touches. Kind of gets him pointed in the right direction, but the yellow does come out. So unfortunate for him, as you mentioned, we might go to extra distance.
Take a look at it from overhead. Villalobos a little bit aggressive into the corner, kind of misses the entry initially. See him kind of cut down a later turn in, and at that point, Davis is trying to fill the gap. He saw an opening, tried to take it. Last 5 laps or so, I understand it. Well, JP, have you experienced a green-white checkered finish yet?
No, this might be the first time.
I think it will be. Don't see us restarting next time by. Pace car lights are still on. See that evidenced by Tommy Gossett looking... Well, he's dropping back right now. I think trying to check damage potentially for the 30 car, or 30 checking damage for him. sitting quite a ways back in the pace car right now, but this is almost certainly going to extra distance. Unless something was messed up, we should get MSRA overtime at Martinsville.
Well, it's going to get interesting, and obviously could get racy between the top two. I mean, Shorba, I'm pretty sure he might just go for the win. Why wouldn't he?
Absolutely. Guess we'll try. Across the start-finish line, on board from Gossett. Now we're up to 226. We're going to get another lap of yellow, then we should get back Green Flag Racing here in a couple more circuits around this place. Before we do so, let's catch our breath. Let's go side by side one more time before we finish this thing up from Martinsville.
Sound art is a product that is a speaker and it's art. We combine it together and we call it sound art. What makes it so unique that any picture can be your speaker? Sound art gives you the high quality sound without the ugly speaker. This isn't a picture with a speaker, the picture is the speaker.
Well, we'll cut that message from Tucson Sound Art a little bit short. We're about to go Green Flag Racing. Overtime from Martinsville. Let's get at it. Into turn one, Shorba's going to get hit, and around he goes! Diego Villalobos sends the 30.
Oh, that's the worst case scenario for Shorba, the number 30. Villalobos finds himself back in second place. Oh, but what a shame. What could have been for the number 30?
And that might be it. No, we are extending. We are extending here. ATVO tried to show us the checkers in timing and scoring. But we are not checkers yet. We are moving on. We should have at least 3 attempts here. Yeah, Emerson chiming in, confirming that we have 3 attempts at a green-white checkered finish. 3 chances to get this one in. Let's see what happens here. Diego just deep into the corner. Way too deep. I mean, there's no opening there. Just hits him. Sends him around.
Yeah, just way too deep. Obviously, you know, tires are old. We keep mentioning that. Probably just lack of grip, but yeah, just his fault 100%. Just went into Shorba, and unfortunately for the number 30, a second place goes, you know, just as quickly. We're gonna see this on board of him on the back end. He gets a good restart. He cleans the number 43, goes to pit defensive, but number 43 just does not stop.
Shorba hard into the outside wall, but a damage to the left front there. And I guess we'll have another shot at things. Ending this race, the Red Camel Racing 225 becoming much more than that. Potentially the Red Camel Racing 240, 250. Are we going to go for it?
Well, it's going to be interesting if we go. I'm pretty sure these drivers are going to have to stop again for fuel if it does go that distance. But it looks like it's going to be.
They're good for hundreds of laps.
Oh, so this is going to get interesting. So I'm pretty sure they can go all night long.
Remember, when they get tires, they come in and get fuel too. That's how a NASCAR pit stop works. It's not like those GT cars that we cover on Thursdays. No, these guys get things done in 13, 14 seconds.
Oh, interesting. Oh, I thought it was going to be just on the tap, just like GT cars. Just 1 lap fuel, and that's what you get.
These guys, they get 2 cans of Sunoco race fuel in the cars. It's really impressive. If you've not seen a NASCAR pit stop, well, I encourage you to do so. They're quite the works of art. A lot of fun to watch. Let's talk about this. Tommy Gossett, he's got the race lead. I don't think that's going to change, but anything can happen here. We saw how deep Diego Villalobos is willing to go into the corner. I mean, cleaned Jacob Shorbow, much like Gossett did to Crampton. Let's be honest. Same situation, really. At least same result. 43 cleaned out the 30 car. There's no other way to put it.
Exactly. So, I mean, could get interesting between those two. Can't really see that happening, obviously.
No, Shorba's back there in ninth. Shorba, I try not to mention it because it kind of breaks the fourth wall, but Jacob Shorba runs this whole thing. He makes all this happen. At least he is one of the contributing parties. He's the league owner, if you will. He's not going to go out there. He's got a level head. He's going to keep calm on this one, but it is still quite interesting. The other thing that's quite interesting, Jeffrey Meyer, no nose on that race car. He's starting third. And of course, Villalobos has no rear bumper cover. He's restarting second, but we'll see how it goes. 2:31, going to wrap up here. We're going to start lap 232 momentarily. Green lights out, and away we go. Oh, Meyer, hard into the corner, moves Villalobos way up the racetrack, 3 wide for second, Longacre there, they're going to crash behind. Shorba, McWarner does a wheelie.
Somehow no yellow, and we're still
What?
green under
Whoa!
the flag.
That's white flag, and oh my goodness, we've got a dump for position. What just happened?
What a hectic finale somehow. I'm not pretty sure what happened. The number 96 is on, it's on second place, but the number 80 is going to win the race.
Tommy Gossett on the white flag presented by Tucson Sound Dart. Short-lived, he wins the Red Camel Racing 225. What just happened?
Well, your guess is going to be as good as mine. Somehow we kept it green, even though we had nearly, 60-70% of the grid.
Oh, there
out.
it is. Longacre is mad. Longacre wasn't going to win the race, but he had a chance at least second. He's mad. Meanwhile, Tommy Gossi gets to burn it down. A spooky full moon Friday evening in Ridgeway, Virginia gives way to one of the most dramatic PitStop TV races ever.
And you can bet on dramatic. What a finale. That's a fantastic 11. I'm kind of getting distracted by it, but what an amazing finale.
Not a finale. Not a finale yet.
Oh, not a finale. Not the greatest finale of a race, I guess. That was kind of the point, but what a fantastic end of a race. I'm still breathless. Still wordless. I cannot put into mouth what happened, but we're going to have to take a look at quite a few replays before the interviews.
Tommy Gossett going to do the Polish victory lap at Martinsville. He's earned it. Say what you want about things, and of course the incident with Crampton, it's going to, I think, overshadow the evening, but he's earned it.
Definitely earned it. It was a fantastic race for him. He controlled the pace whenever he was on the lead. There was, rare occasions, I guess, that somehow someone would get close to him, and, well, if someone deserved this race win, Tommy Gossett was the man.
I think we can all agree on that. Tommy Gossett deserved this race. 192 of 225 laps led. Take a look back. Let's try and figure this out. Let's try and diagnose all of this. I don't know how we're going to. We got to give it a shot. I still have no clue what just happened. Let's take a look back at things here. So Diego Villalobos is going to restart on the outside of row 1. Tommy gets going on away, and Jeffrey Meyer is just going to push Diego up the racetrack. He just misses the corner, pushes Diego up. Then it's Meadows and Longacre side by side. They'll crash behind. That's all fine and dandy. What happens here?
So number 5 stays on the inside. Number 96, well, is he gonna move him? Oh no! All right, so he keeps his nose in, and that's gonna get interesting in another replay. I'm not pretty sure if Longacre had him 100% clear to close the door, but well, that's gonna be interesting to see.
Right on board. Kenny Meadows on the restart. Red Sea is gonna open up. Meyer, clear into the corner. Don't know what happened there. Longacre now up the inside. And Longacre gets him cleared enough to move down, but Meadows is starting to come back. And it's the last lap at Martinsville. You don't want to get blocked. You want to hold your ground, but you also don't want to dump again.
Yeah, that's going to get interesting for the stewards later on. So the stewards are going to have a really big night, but unfortunately for Longacre, that's the end of this race. Now we're going to have to take a look at what happened further back, and well, it's going to be a cascade effect. We're going to see those two up in front just going off, and oh, that's really going to set off number 32. Oh, as you can see, both of them get loose. They collect both the number 92. Oh, I mean, just everybody on the back end gets collected.
Incredible. There aren't many more words for that. This will be another look at things. And I think I might have just figured out why Meyer went so deep into the corner. We'll take one more look at it in a moment. Crashing's happening, and that's kind of when it's already happened, unfortunately. I have a hunch as to what might have happened to Jeffrey Meyer on that recently.
They have just gotten that push.
Yeah, I'm thinking so. Watch this one more time from Kenny Meadows into the corner. I saw something that time from the TV camera that looked a little bit odd. I didn't notice it the first time we were on board with Kenny. Does he hit him? No, okay. For a second from the TV camera, it had me in doubt. It really, really did. But no more contact there, and you can see that everything behind. I hate that for everybody. Of 9 cars, for 8 of them to be involved, I guess 7 of them to be involved in a crash like that is quite unfortunate. But hey, it's dramatic, it's fun to watch, it's exciting, and it gives us one of the craziest finishes we've ever seen on PitStop TV, and it's going to make some pretty good conversation. Don't go anywhere yet. Post-race interviews, post-race conversation and coverage on the way from the Red Camel Racing 225 at Martinsville.
Sound art is a product that is a speaker and it's art. We combine it together and we call it sound art. What makes it so unique that any picture can be your speaker? Sound art gives you the high quality sound without the ugly speaker. This isn't a picture with a speaker, the picture is the speaker. Just imagine your wedding picture uploaded onto a canvas and now it's speaking 10,000 tunes. I mean, it's a very cool concept. What we like so much about it that you can take anything that means something very special to you, upload it on the canvas, have it hanging up in your room, your balcony, wherever you want to put it, and now it's a speaker. I mean, how cool is that? It's something that we have that and no one has. No one has this product. It's just a great gift to give anybody. It's just a neat concept. Around here we say, art never sounded so good.
After months of quarantine, we're all interested in how we can become our best self. The team at Permanent Makeup and Cryo is here to help you get the flawless makeup look every day without the extra effort or time. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy.
Welcome back to the virtual Martinsville Speedway race. Over on the top left. That's it. The racing in October on PitStop TV. Martinsville Speedway, it never disappoints. Always puts on great action. That was exactly the case this evening. A lot of great green flag racing. Not a whole lot of green flag racing towards the end, though. Tommy Gossett capturing victory yet again. Second week in a row. 4th victory on the season. Tommy, it was not without conversation points, though. What happened with you and TJ Crampton?
Going into 3, the lap before that. First off, before I explain it, I want to give a huge sorry to TJ. This win's hollow to me now. I don't race like that. I don't want to race people like that. I didn't mean to get into him. I hit the apron coming out of 3 that one time, and he got a huge run on me, and he got me going down into 1, and I got the run on the crossover going down into 3. And I don't know if it was my tires had got down in the marbles or if I was just paying too much attention to where he was or what, but whatever happened, my left front tire locked up, and I rolled out of the brake to try to save the car and not get into TJ, but I'd already slid too far and hit his left rear, and I'm so sorry to him.
As egregious as it was in the moment, I got to give you credit. Owning up to it, it was a mistake. I didn't think it was intentional from the get-go, but it does kind of overshadow the rest of the night in a little bit of a way, because obviously now that's a talking point, but 192 laps, I think, deserve to overshadow that. 192 laps led here at Martinsville, backing up solid performances almost week in, week out at this point. Going into Phoenix, 2 race wins, potentially the most momentum out of the entire field. I think easily the most momentum out of the entire field. How do you attack Phoenix race win?
Attack it like any other race. Before that incident with TJ, I was running the best race I have. The first 2 stages was what I strived to be. I was just racing my own race, passing cars when I needed to, protecting my car, not doing dumb stuff like happened during the 3rd stage. So I just got to try to drive the whole race like I did those first 2 stages, and I think we'll be good.
I think it was clear the pressure got there a time or two. Certainly, you could feel it out the back bumper cover, whether you want to admit it or not. It certainly looked like it at the very least. How do you race with that next week? You're going to have an extra 4 cars that are no longer in this championship fight, but clearly that can contend. How do you race with that in the back of your mind next week?
Try not to worry about the championship. Everything's reset. It's one race. Got to race it like any other race. Can't let the pressure mentally get to you, and can't stress about it. So if I worry about it, I'm going to mess up and do more dumb stuff, and like it would happen with TJ, and I don't want that for my competitors. I don't care if I wreck myself doing something dumb. I don't want to affect anybody else's race.
There you have it, Tommy Gossett, race winner in the Red Camel Racing 225. Buddy, who makes it happen for you?
First off, I got to thank God for putting me in the position to be able to do this. I got to thank y'all for the wonderful broadcast, Jacob and all the admin staff at MSRA for putting this league on. I got to thank Pay to Win Setups. Of course, they are a setup shop, and they are also my team, and they're like family to me. I got to thank Main Intel, Boss Hoss, V8 Motorcycles, everybody at Straight Arrow Products, Shorba's Racing Graphics, Advanced Sim Racing, Butt Kicker, and I feel like I'm leaving someone out. Oh, Gossip Bus Lawns and Gossip Construction. Forgot my own family. Whoops.
Well, Tommy Gossett getting things done. Again, 192 laps led, buddy. Congratulations. In Phoenix.
Thank you, sir.
Big night for the driver of the 80 car. Big night. It's only going to get bigger next week. For somebody else, it's going to get equally large, potentially. Kenny Meadows is going to fight for his championship next week at Phoenix. JP, take it away.
So Kenny, a great race. I mean, you finished 2nd place, you started 4th place, you led a few laps throughout the race. Talk us through overall how your race went.
I think my race went right according to plan. That was my goal, was to stay up there in the top 5 all night and finish somewhere in the top 3. Just happened to be in 2nd.
Well, it was a fantastic race. It was a roller coaster of a race for some people as well, and I'm pretty sure it was for you too. Obviously, you went as low as 10th place, and how did those overtimes, did they really change anything for your race? Did they provide you, obviously, the new opportunity to finish in 2nd place? How was it? How does it change having an overtime, especially on one of those final rounds like Martinsville?
It definitely makes it more complicated because, man, I was sitting there, I think before that first overtime, I'm pretty sure I was in 3rd place, and I felt pretty good about finishing there. Then I had to restart on the outside, I think, on all the overtimes, I'm pretty sure. So, had to sit there and kind of game plan what I was going to do. It made it a lot tougher.
And obviously, we kind of do have to touch upon that incident that happened on the final lap. What was your view on that small crash?
With Evan there, yeah, I knew he was going to block, but I had the run and I was taking it. And I tried to give him room. I was like over halfway down on my brake, but I just couldn't get it woed down enough. And I was afraid if I turned in more, I was going to spin out.
Okay, just an unfortunate end. Obviously, gifted you 2nd place for him. He wasn't too happy in the post race. We kind of got that on screen, but obviously that guaranteed you into the top 4. And how are you going to prepare for next week at Phoenix?
I'm just gonna work with my team, with Timmy, and we'll be building. We had a pretty good setup last time, so we'll be building hopefully something similar this time.
Well, it's going to be definitely, well, I hope I can talk to you next week. I hope one of us can talk to you next week. It's definitely going to be a fantastic race. How confident are you? Do you think you can take up, obviously you think you're going to take up a fight, but, you know, with the new Phoenix model, do you think that could change the way you kind of prepare for anything?
Yeah, certainly. I think that track's gonna be a little bit different now. But I think we'll be competitive because I mean I've always loved that track. I think it's a lot of fun. And we've always been able to build a pretty good setup there.
Well, that's going to be essentially where you're going to need a good setup, obviously good car, and obviously you have a great team backing you up. Before I let you go, who do you have to thank for your result?
I want to thank Red Camel Racing, Rapid Fire Pizza, Old School Ninjas, Shorba's Racing Graphics, you guys for doing the broadcast, and Timmy and my team for helping out, get me up there in the top 5 and get me in the final 4 here.
I'm pretty sure they're happy with your result. I wish you all the best for your race next week, and well, hopefully you can bring home the championship.
Yeah, thanks. See you guys then.
Well, Andrew, that was Kenny Meadows, finished in 2nd place, guaranteed his spot in the final 4. And well, he sounds confident. Now I'm going to pass you by to Julio Villalobos.
Julio ends up with a pretty solid comeback. Not the greatest of races in between, but 3rd place, nothing to scoff at. Julio, haven't talked to you. I haven't really talked much about you yet, but it ends up a pretty okay result, all things considered. Not the one you needed, but 3rd place, pretty good.
Yeah, it was a pretty hard race because of the contact at the first stage. I lost 2 laps. I have almost 3 minutes of repairs. And the end, we just have to give it all to look for that position.
Julio, like you mentioned, that early contact sets you back. 3 minutes of damage, it sounds like. How do you fight back through that? What do you have to do mentally? What do you have to do physically to fight back through that the rest of the race?
I was pretty mad. I had a lot of stress, but I think my brother helped me to relax a little, and that's the way.
Now, you're not fighting for a championship next week, unfortunately, but a really late playoff drive here, going deep into the playoffs. I think a pretty good year overall. How do you finish the year off strong next week at Phoenix?
Yeah, we will look for that win. It's our first year here in the series. We don't race it complete, but we enter to the playoffs. So next week we are going to look for the win. We don't have a win, but could be the first in the last race.
Well, Julio, like I said, a pretty solid season. Can't wait to see it wrap up next week. Who makes it happen for you? Who do you have to thank for the 45 car?
To Jeep Technology, to my brother that helped me a lot practicing and in the track. So that's all.
Thanking his sponsors, his brother, and everybody else. Julio, thank you so much for your time, buddy. Congratulations on the top 3. We'll see you next week at Phoenix.
See you there.
Julio Villalobos finishing in the 3rd position this evening. All in all, after the race kind of went against him in every way that it possibly could have, JP, I think a pretty decent finish.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the finale, I guess, the end of the race just kind of threw everything on its head. It was the final, how the turntables of the race. We saw that in the beginning. And, well, I'm pretty sure he's happy with the 3rd place. And here's our top 10. Tommy Gossett led over 190 laps. Kenny Meadows finished in 2nd. Julio Villalobos in 3rd. Timothy Davis in 4th. And Jeffrey Meyer in 5th place.
Jacob Shorba, after all the contact, all the crashing, finishes 6th across the line. Joseph McWhorter, 7th. Diego Villalobos, after that massive crash, ends up 8th. Evan Longacre does not complete the last lap, finishes 9th, and lets Kenny Meadows know that he was not happy. Matthew Van Gelder makes up your top 10, 59 laps down, but boy, the action never subsided with only 9 cars at the finish. Finishing 11th, it's Cody Jordan, then TJ Crampton, Cameron Perez, John Gifford make up the entire field of 14. Again, not a big field, but man, was there action to go around.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm pretty sure you can only get this on Oval Racing. A small field provided great action, and I mean, this is a fantastic race course as well. This was before even this broadcast. This is one of my favorite oval courses, just on how small it was, and well, I love it even more. It was a fantastic race, lots of action, and well, I can't wait to do this again in the future.
Wouldn't be possible without people like those at Rapid Fired Pizza, offering amazingly good, amazingly fast, fresh-made pizza. It's what they can do in 180 seconds. By now, you could have made like 100 pizzas. That's a lot. You can try one of their craft pizzas or choose from over 35 fresh toppings and a dozen different sauces to create your own masterpiece. You can visit your own Rapid Fired Pizza in the states of Indiana, Kentucky, North Carolina, Ohio, South Carolina, Texas, and West Virginia. At their website at rapidfiredpizza.com. Old School Ninjas, a gaming organization that focuses on building a community. With close friends, they welcome new individuals to the group with a red carpet and a seat at the round table. Feel free to check out their Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Discord because they await your arrival. We don't have a plug necessarily to read off of the script from for MK Designs, but this is a guy that just wants to help the series. MK Designs, Matt Knight, just wants to give back to the Midwest Sim Racing Association and is doing so in the best way that he knows how. Graphic design help, making a lot of things happen behind the scenes that maybe don't always get noticed. So a big shout out as well to MK Designs helping behind the scenes at the Midwest Sim Racing Association. There's a lot of partners here at PitStop TV that make things happen for ourselves. Of course, Tucson Sound Art, the biggest of the bunch. Your picture, your music. Find the image you want, and they will custom create a beautiful framed, high-quality canvas with a built-in Bluetooth speaker. With Sound Art, you get the best of both worlds. Visit TucsonSoundArt.com for additional information. Use promo code PitStopTV at checkout and you'll receive 10% off of your purchase. That's perfect. Heading into this holiday season, you've got to check them out at TucsonSoundArt.com. You can't overshadow permanent makeup in Cryo in Maine, but they might help you with your eyeshadow. They do a lot of great work up there in Maine. Naples, Lewiston, Auburn, plenty of locations for you to check out. PermanentMakeupMaine.com is your center for information. Whiplash Media, the official graphic and camera provider of PitStop TV. They do a lot of great things for us, making these broadcasts happen, literally. Cameras, graphics, the whole bunch. It all happens because of Whiplash Media. Find more information on Facebook at Whiplash Media. And of course, Bam Racing Videos, one of the other backbones of the PitStop TV channel, making a lot of things happen by a race fan for the racing community. Recently hitting 1 million views between YouTube and Facebook. Congratulations to Bam Racing Videos. JP, I'm not going to lie. Losing my voice a little bit at the back end here. We've got some upcoming broadcasts, though, so we're close to the end. Wednesday, it's the Outlaws Sim Series at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Race 2 of the playoffs, Kentucky Speedway, before we wrap up these two MSRA seasons, the Truck Series, the National Series. At Phoenix Raceway, you can see the brand new glowing, light up green and yellow cactus. Tell you what the flag status is. I am excited for Phoenix.
Yeah, so am I. If this race was anything to go by, these two finales are going to be absolutely fantastic. And I mean, you cannot miss it.
Hey, you can't miss them. I think every single broadcast we've got next week is going to be a fun one, including potentially a special one on Monday. Keep an eye out for that. We'll let you know more as time advances and as details come out about that. But seriously, the Outlaw Sim Series, the MSRA Truck Series, the MSRA National Series, there's a lot to keep up with. It's a unusual off week for the North American Racing League as well. Otherwise, we'd have a road course on a Thursday. But JP, plenty of places to keep up with all of these leagues and PitStop TV as a whole. Where can they do so?
Well, they can follow us on every single social media at facebook.com/PitStopTV, at twitter.com/PitStopTV_, obviously on Instagram for great photos and live updates of the race, at instagram.com/pit_stop_TV, and obviously our live coverage at youtube.com/PitStopTV1.
Before we get out of here, JP, final thoughts. Martinsville, it was a wild one.
Yeah, it was an absolutely fantastic race. a really long race. I'm not quite used to 200 laps race unless we're talking about the 24-hour Spa, but Spa no, Le Mans. But yeah, it was a fantastic race. I absolutely loved it, and I mean, I love Martinsville even more. It's gonna be my favorite oval course whenever I come back to iRacing, and I mean, these boys just put on a show, and I mean, the finale is gonna be absolutely fantastic.
Martinsville always puts on a good show, always puts on great racing. But that will do it from the Martinsville Speedway. So happy to have had you all here for tonight's action. I hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Before we go, once again, make sure to follow us on our social media channels. There's a lot to keep up with, a lot of great posts going out there. We've even got a paint scheme of the week coming up tomorrow, an Outlaw Sim Series driver of the week, a lot to keep up with. Make sure to keep up with it all on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the whole lot. We're all on PitStop TV. JP Costa on the mic with me tonight. Emerson Arden on social media coverage. My name is Andrew Cardinale IV. Thank you so much for tuning in. Happy Halloween. We'll see you in November.